Now the big conference is over. The Edinboro Fighting Scots take the field.
So last home game against Clarion, we saw Tanaz Gregory fumbling 2 straight kickoffs to start the game. So we'll see if Tanaz can hold on to the ball this time. I'm thinking it's very, very unlikely for him to do it a third time. So fingers crossed a little bit, just a little bit.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they worked on that, as they have Tanaz Gregory set up in his own end zone here, or right out front of it, to receive the kick. Zerl Hendrick is to his left, closest to us, on the hash, about the 5-yard line, with the rest of the Scots spread out. Mercyhurst setting up the kickoff here from their own 35-yard line. Gets his steps all marked off here. It does Brandon Cole, their kicker.
Let's play some football, Tubby.
And it's off. It's a deep, deep kick out of the end zone. No chance at return for Zerl Hendrick. So the Edinboro Fighting Scots will get position and start from the 25. I believe they started at the 25-yard line.
25, you're absolutely right, Tubby.
So this is your first look at Tomko and this offense coming out. As we mentioned earlier in the pregame, Jake Sisson is out for this game.
Mm-hmm. It's going to be Tomko, who, like we said before, if you weren't listening to the pregame, who performed very, very well against Gannon. So I'm expecting with a week of preparation now of being the starter, he's going to have a pretty decent game.
Tomko now in the shotgun. 2 receivers to his right. Walter Fletcher in at his left hip. 1 receiver here near side to us. Calls for the ball. Give is to Fletcher up the middle. Through the hole, out to 35. Diving for the 40. Good enough for a first down. Pickup of 15 on the play for Walter Fletcher. And the Scots are rolling early.
Not many better ways to start a game. Maybe a long touchdown pass. Walter Fletcher up the middle, wide open through a hole. Pretty good way to start the game.
Ball now on the 39, 1st and 10. 2 receivers far side, 1 near side. Tomko in at the shotgun. Fletcher on his right hip. Give again is to Fletcher. Busted outside. Gain of about 5 yards before he's met by a whole host of Lakers. I believe they're going to give him forward progress of about 4 yards gain on that one.
Keep on feeding it to Walter Fletcher has been the game plan so far. Already about 20 yards rushing on 2 attempts.
And he's one of these snowball-type running backs that he gets better as it goes along. 2 receivers far side, 1 near side. Tomko still in the gun. Walter Fletcher in at his left hip. Ball's on the 43. 6 yards to go for first down. Looking to throw. Throws across the middle. Clark has his man at the 50 and is brought down immediately by 2 Lakers, but not before he crosses the first down marker. So 1st and 10 here to go.
Tubby, I was thinking that one was very, very close to being picked off, but Tomko, at least he has his confidence up, throwing it in there, squeezing it in. Great pass, great catch from James Clark. Now
they flip it. 2 receivers here near side, 1 far side. Tomko in the shotgun. Tanaz in motion. They fake the give, but they give it to Fletcher, who for a gain of no yards on that one. Ball's on the 49-yard line. So now they're looking at 2nd down, 10 to go. And they bring in Tanaz Gregory now in a Wildcat formation. Tomko now spread out wide here near side to us with another receiver to his right. Tanaz in. Fakes the handoff to Fletcher. Tries to get around, but the Lakers have this one sniffed out as Tanaz Gregory's tackled in the backfield for a loss of about 4.
Yeah, I'm not sure if the Wildcat's going to be working today. I mean, we have not seen so far Tanaz having a great arm on him. He had that 1 touchdown pass earlier in the season to Jake Sisson. But, I mean, when Tanaz is going to be in a Wildcat, it's more than likely going to be a run. They sniffed that out very, very quickly. 2
receivers now far side, 2 near side here for Tomko. Fletcher in at his left hip, trying to draw Mercyhurst off sides. Ball on the 48-yard line. 13 yards to go. Here's the snap. Looking to throw. Under pressure. Evades it. Still looking downfield. Throws. Has a man, and Tanaz drops it. That would have been good enough for a gain, but not for the first down. Now 4th and 13 here to go, and out comes Kushma and the punt team.
12 minutes and 15 seconds. But, yeah, that pass to Tanaz, it was kind of just desperation down the field. It was kind of thrown out of bounds, but Tanaz wouldn't have had the first down anyway.
No, and the receivers need to work back to their – they got to recognize that the quarterback is under pressure, and they got to work back to their guy. So now they're going to go into punt formation here. Kushma back for the punt from the 35-yard line. Good, solid kick off to receive at the 20, but no, it's bobbled. And Zero Hendrick comes up with it. That's Edinboro ball at the 15-yard line.
Question mark, question mark, question mark. I'm not sure what happened. It kind of off the punt returner. Do you have a number on that one?
I believe that was number 27.
It was off his hands and then bobbled up into the air. And Hendricks was just there, it seemed like.
That's
and just
Grayson Taylor, the running back.
Brought it back down, and so now it will be Edinboro ball in the 20-yard line. You won't see that very often.
Heck no. So now it's a fresh set of downs within striking distance inside the 20. Ball's on the 19, first and 10 for Tomko as he's going empty backfield. One receiver far side, four receivers near side.
Weird formation.
With Fletcher and I believe... And he's going to take it himself, calls his own number with a little bit of effort, taking a lot of lumps in there. I mean, Tomko's a big kid, but you don't want to do that all stinking day.
Yeah.
For a gain of about 6 on that one. Ball now down to about the 12-yard line.
Turnovers are a key for this game if you want to stay in it and stay with the lead.
So now, all right, now there's a flag on the field. They're going to call illegal motion.
He's going to call it a false start on Edinboro.
Okay, so that was, that'll back him up 5 more yards? Or?
Yeah, that was on number 67, R.J. Hughes. Mercyhurst bringing the blitz, bringing the pressure, trying to jump somebody offside, try to jump a false start, and that's exactly what they get to do. Hughes jumps straight up into the air, and so it'll be a 5-yard penalty. It'll set him back to 2nd and 7
So that'll be 2nd down, 8 yards to go here on the 17. 2 receivers near side, 1 far side. Fletcher in at the right hip. Gives the Fletcher up the middle to the 10, to the 5. And he's brought down at the 2-yard line. Call it the 2. And they're going to hustle up to the line here. 2 receivers here near side, 1 far side. Fletcher in at the right hip. Calls for the ball. Of course, the give again is to Fletcher. But he's met handily by 2 different Lakers on that play for the tackle. Loss of about a yard. So now we're going to go with 2nd down on the 3rd-yard line. Still early here. 11 minutes to go here in the first quarter.
Right here I'm expecting maybe a rollout by Tomko, just a little dump pass to Walter Fletcher for the touchdown, and maybe even a screen.
Edinboro setting up the play here. 3 receivers here near side. Walter fake Walter Fletcher's. Tomko walks right in, unscathed into the end zone. That's Tomko's first touchdown.
Yeah, he didn't have any passing touchdowns. I don't believe he had any rushing touchdowns last week either, but it was an option either to Walter Fletcher or take it himself. Tomko takes up the middle himself and walks in untouched to the end zone, a 4-yard touchdown run, and puts it 6-0 in favor of Edinboro with the extra point coming. And they missed a couple last week, so we'll see if they're able to get that down pat this week.
Here's a snap and a kick. And it's good as Mike Clutch Kushma rings true for the extra point. Your score now 7-0 for your Edinboro Fighting Scots. Mercyhurst Lakers 0. We'll go ahead and step away here for about 1 minute on the Edinboro Fighting Scots Network.
Even though there's an empty seat, our son will always have a place at our table.
Even though the holidays will never be the same, my sister will always have a place in our family.
Even though life goes on, my mom will always have a place in my heart.
For victims of drunk and drug driving, our grief is unique. But you are not alone. You always have a place at MAD. Call our 24-hour victim helpline at 877-MAD-HELP or visit mad.org.
The Edinboro Sports Network is your source for live coverage of Fighting Scots athletics. Enjoy all of the action on 88.9 WFSE and EdinboroNow.com, with many home games also featured on ETV. Support for this game broadcast is provided in part by Bonnell's Auto Group, featuring collision services in Erie and Fairview, auto glass replacement and repair in Fairview, auto sales in Erie and Fairview, and full rod shop services and restoration in Fairview. Information on each service is on the web at bonnellsauto.com.
And we're back here at Sox Harrison Stadium. I'm your host, G. Tubby Schmidt. Alongside me is Gabe G. Money Hypes as we're bringing you the Edinboro Fighting Scots homecoming game versus the Mercyhurst Lakers. Currently, your Edinboro Fighting Scots are up 7-0 over Mercyhurst. Edinboro kicked off the ball, and Mercyhurst received. Mercyhurst now takes possession of the ball at the 35-yard line.
It rolled out of bounds. It was a penalty on Edinboro. It'll be placed at the 35-yard line. And so now Mercyhurst will take over the ball for the first time today.
And they're going to say false start on Mercyhurst.
So it's going to be a 5-yard penalty. Makes it 1st and 15 with 10 minutes and 42 seconds to play in the first quarter. Now Mercyhurst will take over at their own 30-yard line.
Well, Gabe, I mean, I hate to bring it to you, but, you know, it's getting close to Zerl Hendrick's hometown. I'm talking about Pick Sixville.
Pick Sixville gets bigger and bigger every week.
Well, I mean, if he keeps intercepting them, keeps running them from the house from the 40-yard line, I'm going to extend the boundary. Don't blame me, blame him. All right, so now under center is Mercyhurst. Man in motion. The give is to the man in motion. Gain of about, gain of about 8 on that one. I think they're going to give him ball now up to the 38-yard line.
Yeah, so a simple handoff to the man in motion, run to the outside, and found a lane, able to get 8 yards on the play. That's way too much for this Edinboro defense.
Trying to look up. That's Doug Altavilla, who was their sophomore quarterback. Under center. Give is to the back. He was hit at the line, but nothing doing. Powers through it. Good enough for a first down out at the 50-yard line.
Finally brought down by a double-leg takedown by Brandon Anderson. Right at the 49-yard line, will set up a fresh set it down. 1st and 10.
So Mercyhurst finding some success here early with their running game. Not a good sign if you're Edinboro's defense. 9:44 left to go here in the first quarter. Altavilla under center in the I formation. Snaps the ball, fakes the give, looking to pass, throws over the middle, has a man open, and is tackled about the 40-yard line. Good enough for another Mercyhurst first down.
And that's something to worry about. This Edinboro defense has not stepped up, and teams have been able to just drive down the field on them. A lot of the times for the home games, it was bend, don't break, and not letting them get the touchdown, but maybe just getting a field goal. But right now, Gannon having their way. Mercyhurst getting their way and driving down the field.
So now Altavilla in the shotgun. Handoff up the middle. Flag thrown. Could be holding.
Still on his feet all the way down to the 25-yard line, but the flag sitting at the 34-yard line,
They're going to call offsides on Edinboro.
Yeah, we've seen a lot of offsides problems on this Edinboro defense, jumping at the last second or even lining up offside, and so
Mercyhurst is going to go ahead and decline that one and take the yardage instead. First down for Mercyhurst on the 26-yard line. 8:52 left to go here in the first. Mercyhurst driving what seems like at ease on this Edinboro defense. Altavilla now under center. 2 receivers here near side, 1 far side. Lone back in the backfield. Fake the handoff, looking to pass over to left side. Just a hair late is, I believe that's Anderson. No, it's Devon Groves, I'm sorry. Devon Groves, just a hair late on that one. Is there to make the tackle, but almost made a play for the ball on that one. As Mercyhurst again gets a first down now on the 15-yard line. Brand new set of downs within the red zone. Mercyhurst sets up here. They have a 1 receiver here, a near side, 2 tight ends on the far left side with a fullback and running back lined up behind the quarterback under center. The give is to the fullback, straight through the middle. Flag thrown as he's brought down. Yeah, as I believe that's Pettigrew, who lost his helmet. He's now got to come out for a tick. Yeah, it's Nick Pettigrew who lost his helmet. Yep, as you called it, hands to the face. So that'll back Mercyhurst up quite a bit here. So now it'll be Mercyhurst ball still on the 30-yard line with 7:56 left to go. So first down and 25 to go to the line, I guess. Two receivers here near side, one far side. Altavilla in the shotgun. They send the far receiver in motion, bring him down. Looking for a screen pass here, but a little bit in front of him, and he can't quite make the catch. Second down now, 25. Ball is still on the 30-yard line. 7:37 left to go here in the first quarter.
And we've seen this a lot with Edinboro, where they let teams drive down and then either get penalties or get a turnover or just knock them back with sacks or just tackles in the backfield. And so not letting teams put points on the board is what this Edinboro defense has been focused on all year. Let them get the yards, don't let them get the points.
Now Mercyhurst comes out. Altavilla in the shotgun. Two receivers here near side, one far side. Running back is in at his right hip. Calls for the ball, looking for a pass the whole way, but pressure is there. Throws across the middle. It's caught. That'll be number 80. That's Brad Novak, the wide receiver. Catches that one right in a first down territory.
It's still going to be third down, and I might have jinxed ourselves a little bit because that was about a 24-yard pass all the way down across the middle of the field. This Edinboro defense has to put their stuff together.
Yeah, teams have been successful throwing against Edinboro as long as they threw it out across the middle. It's going down the sides is where they end up getting the interception. after a score. Tanaz Gregory back at his own end zone, picks it up, brings it out to about the 25, 27-yard line. A good little run for him. Had he made it through that one single line, there would have been nothing but green grass, and he would have scored on that one. So Edinboro will come out now on offense, have the ball at the 25-yard line.
6 minutes and 12 seconds to go in the first quarter. This game is all knotted up at 7.
Offense looks pretty decent so far, being able to drive the ball. They did have the one misstep with the false start, but other than that, so far pretty clean for Tomko and his offense.
Able to get 7 points on the board there, helped out by that turnover, but still 7 points is 7 points.
3 receivers now, far side, 1 near side. Fletcher in at Tomko's or left hip. Tomko looking to pass for a screen to Fletcher out the middle, out across the 30, and just gets tripped up at the 35-yard line.
Still about a 10-yard gain for Walter Fletcher until he fell by nobody touching him. He kind of just tripped over his own feet, and so good enough for 9 yards, make it 2nd and 1 on the 34-yard line. And what is this formation, Tubby?
Now there's a little bit of trickeration here with Tanaz Gregory throwing the screen right to Clark. Clark's across for the first down, makes it down to the 50-yard line and across. That was like the weirdest setup I've ever seen in my life.
You had a center, and then you had no linemen. All the linemen were on the far side, and Mercyhurst didn't even blitz anybody. They kind of just sat there and waited for Edinboro to do something, and so I'm not quite sure what happened there, but Edinboro gets the first down, and now they will be at Mercyhurst's 48-yard line. But now a pass from Tomko is going to be bopped up into the air and brought back down by Mercyhurst defender, picked off, but there is a flag down on the play. There's 2 flags, actually. I believe it might be offsides on Mercyhurst because it was kind of a free play, and it also might be a pass interference on somebody.
And if I'm Edinboro, I'm taking the pass interference as long as it's against Mercyhurst. Now, there's cries from the fans to let the boys play, but I'm sorry, when you're hanging all over them like a cheap suit, guys.
But it was also an offside on Mercyhurst that hopefully was called. It was pass interference they're going to be calling on Mercyhurst, so the interception will not happen. So it'll be first down for Edinboro.
Yeah, so they'll go ahead and move the ball down now to about...
We have the refs in the stadium screaming for that was horrible, but, you know, they're not wearing any stripes. They're up here for a reason. So it'll be 1st and 10 for Edinboro at Mercyhurst's 32-yard line. I'm sorry, Tubby.
That's all right. So now we're lined up now. We got 2 receivers far side, 2 receivers near side. Tomko in the shotgun, and Walter Fletcher here on his left hip. Snaps the ball, looking to throw the whole way. It's to Clark out about the... call it the 33-yard line. Oh, I'm sorry, the 27-yard line. For a gain of about... Okay, ball's now on the 26. 2nd down, 4 to go. Under 5 minutes left to go here in the first. 1 receiver far side, 2 receivers near side. Fletcher in at Tomko's right hip. The give is to Fletcher. Fletcher jukes the guy out of his shoes, coming around the side. Looking for some blockers, had some help to the 15 and out of bounds at the 10-yard line.
Yeah, Fletcher should have been tackled in the backfield. Tomko laying in a block for himself, but Fletcher putting on that magic that we've seen so far this year, juking out a couple of defenders, then getting to the far outside, getting a great block by Blake Reddick on the outside, gets him all the way to the sidelines, and is good for a gain of about 15 yards. And so it's going to be 1st and goal on the 10-yard line now for Edinboro.
Brian Stratton now in the game at tight end. 2 receivers far side, 1 near side. Fletcher in at Tomko's right hip. Tanaz Gregory in motion to give is to Fletcher. Fletcher through to about the 2-yard line again. So now it's looking at 4 minutes here to go in the first. Ball's on they're going to call it the 4-yard line with about... Yeah, so 3 yards to go here to score. 3 receivers far side, none near side. Tomko's going to take it himself again. Spins out of 1 defender and makes it in the end zone for another Edinboro touchdown. The ROTC confirms it with the cannon blast. 13-7 now, your Edinboro Fighting Scots over the Mercyhurst Lakers.
A good, solid drive overall. You had a lot of passing from Tomko that looked good. You had a lot of rushing from Walter Fletcher. All around, just a well-oiled drive for Edinboro is what you need for this game. If the defense is going to be giving up long drives like they did last time, the offense has got to stay sound. It's got to stay clean, and that's what we saw in this last drive.
And Mike Clutch Kushma makes it official with the extra point. Your score now 14 for Edinboro, the Mercyhurst Lakers 7, with about 3:45 left to go. We're going to step away for 30 seconds here on the Edinboro Fighting Scots Sports Network.
The Classic Rock Countdown is waiting for you on Tuesday at 4 p.m. with The Spirit of Radio. Ignite your delight while you enjoy the scenery. So take a drive and join DJ Park and Rec live. 88.9 on your FM dial and live stream on EdinboroNow.com. We can rock your request. Call 814-732-2889. WFSE Fighting Scots Radio.
And we're back right here at Sox Harrison Stadium. Edinboro now kicking off to Mercyhurst after that score, bringing it 14-7 for Edinboro. Mercyhurst receives the ball about the 5-yard line, brought down again at the 30, call it the 34, 33-yard line, give or take, from my old eyes away up here in the booth. All right, so Mercyhurst is coming out looking to try to get some get back here as Edinboro is starting to open it up on them. Defense has to step up a little bit here in this quarter game.
Yeah, you can't have a drive like last time. Last time we saw, I was reading Slippery Rock, but last time we saw Mercyhurst have their way with this Edinboro defense, driving all the way down the field for over 60 yards. It was all around bad.
Okay, this is a new quarterback for Mercyhurst. This is Ramroth Finnegan. Think the guy's Irish? Maybe. Could be. Good German name. So he calls his own number, tries to carry it for about 2 yards, 3 yards on the play. So now 2nd down and 7 to go here for Mercyhurst. They switch it back up, and Altavilla comes back in at quarterback. 2 receivers near side for them. They send one in motion further out. Looking to throw here to the near side, and he's quickly escorted out of bounds. That'll be number 24, Marquise Sims, the cornerback.
Yeah. And so it's going to be 3rd and 3 on Mercyhurst's own 39-yard line with 2 minutes and 56 seconds to go. This is a big turning point for Edinboro, getting a stop, making it 3 and out.
That would be huge for them. Mercyhurst showing now 2 receivers far side, fullback, running back lined up behind the quarterback here. Changing the protection. Looks like he's going to change the play at the line. Doesn't like what he sees, what Edinboro defense is giving him. Edinboro showing a little bit of blitz. The handoff is to the up back, and he has enough for the first down. It's brought down about the 44-yard line.
Gain of about 5 on the play. Only needed 3, and so it's going to be 1st and 10 at Mercyhurst's own 44-yard line.
Again, Edinboro has to find a way to stop this run.
They got to find a way to stop everything, Tubby. They haven't stopped passing. They haven't stopped running. And haven't stopped anything yet.
All right, again, 1 receiver near side, 1 far side, fullback and running back in directly behind the center. They're looking to throw here for the quarterback, but he's sacked. Finally, some good penetration from those guys up front. I believe that's Pettigrew and Dorr in on that one.
That was an all-around team sack. It was nobody open down the field. Quarterback had to hold the ball until finally the defensive line came rushing right in, able to get about 3 guys on him to bring him down. And so it's going to be 2nd and about 14 now on the 40-yard line.
1:30 left to go here in the first quarter. Mercyhurst lines up one receiver near side, one far side, fullback and running back in directly behind the quarterback under center. Fakes the give to the running back, looks for a dump out for a screen, has a man wrapped up and tackled by quite a few Edinboro Fighting Scots.
Coach Neely will give that every day but Sunday. I mean, that was only a 3-yard gain. Everyone covered down the field. It seems like Edinboro defense might be settling in just a little bit. That was very good protection. Only the person that was open was the safety man, so Edinboro would give that up 9 times out of 10. But
now you're looking at 3rd down, 10 to go with 48 seconds left to go in the first quarter. I don't think that Mercyhurst is actually going to get a playoff here. I look for that quarterback pooch. 3 receivers here, far side, 1 near side, running back in at Altavila's right hip. No, he is going to look for a pass here, folks. Throws for the screen underneath, bobbled, and almost picked off by guess who, Mr. Anderson, but misses it.
Now we'll bring up 4th down.
So now it's 4th and 10. Maybe now they're going to punt it away.
Yeah, I was a little confused by what you were saying.
Yeah,
it was only 3rd
I
down.
got confused. There's too many 4s on the scoreboard.
And so 26 seconds to go in the first quarter. Edinboro leads 14-7. Mercyhurst is going to be punting it away on their own 44-yard line, 4th and 10.
Zerl Hendrick is lined up about the 15-yard line to receive this punt. This is where he makes most of his money here. High punt. He's going to let it go behind him, and it goes in the end zone for a touchback.
This game broadcast on the Edinboro Sports Network is brought to you by John's Wildwood Pizzeria, open daily at 105 Erie Street in Edinboro. For eat-in, delivery, or takeout, John's menu includes pizza, hoagies, wings, salads, and more. Information is at 814-734-7355 or on the web at johnswildwoodpizza.com. This game also brought to you by Bono's Auto Group, featuring collision services in Erie and Fairview, auto glass replacement and repair in Fairview, auto sales in Erie and Fairview, and full rod shop services and restoration in Fairview. Information on each service is on the web at bonosauto.com.
Alrighty, so now Edinboro has the ball here. 2 receivers near side, 1 far side. Tomko in the shotgun, Fletcher at his right hip. The give is to Fletcher up the right side. Good for a gain of about 6 yards here. 10 seconds left to go. I think they're going to be content to run it out here. And they'll switch sides. So we'll go ahead. Let's step away here for a minute break here on the Edinboro Fighting Scots Sports Network.
Let's recap a little bit. It's 14-7 Edinboro at the end of the first quarter. We will take a minute break. You're listening to the Fighting Scots Edinboro Sports Network.
Every 9 minutes, a loved one is diagnosed with Parkinson's disease. We walk because over 1 million people in the United States are living with Parkinson's. While treatments help to manage symptoms, there is currently no cure. Join the Parkinson's Unity Walk, and you can take one step closer to finding a cure for Parkinson's. To register or donate, visit unitywalk.org or call 866-PUW-WALK.
So you don't have to miss even a minute. It's the Fighting Scots in action on the Edinboro Sports Network. On the radio at 88.9 WFSC and online at edinboronow.com. Video of many home games is also featured on ETV. This game broadcast is underwritten in part by the Edinboro Hotel Bar at 100 Meadville Street in downtown Edinboro, providing a variety of lunch and dinner items every day. Details are available at 814-734-5103 or online at edinborohotelbar.com. The Edinboro Hotel Bar, where you had me at hotel.
And welcome back to Sox Harrison. It's now the start of the second quarter here as Edinboro's taking on the Mercyhurst Lakers. I always want to say Erie. I always want to say Erie Mercyhurst first, and I have to keep stopping myself. So Edinboro has the ball, scores 14-7. Edinboro looking to drive here on their 2nd down and 5 to go on the 25-yard line. Tanaz is lined up now as the quarterback. 3 receivers far side, has Walter Fletcher in at his left hip. The give is to Fletcher. where he's greeted at the line of scrimmage by a couple of Mercyhurst Lakers.
That was Fletcher's 9th carry of the game. He is sitting at 60 yards rushing, along the 16, 0 touchdowns so far for him.
So now they're looking at 2 receivers far side, 2 near side. Tomko in at quarterback, Fletcher in at the left hip. Now flip-flopping the play here, moving Fletcher over to the left hip. Or did I say left hip to begin with? Oh, he was on the right. Anyway, flip pass here quickly to Clark, but nothing doing. It's tipped in the air. Looks like a clean play. Could be questionable as far as pass interference, but we already got one of them. So now 4th down and 4 to go. They'll bring Kushma out to punt.
And Kushma's been very, very good for punting, averaging around 44 yards, with a few of them going over 55. He's been a very, very good asset to have on this team.
And here's the snap from Schmidt. Kick is up, real high kick, end over end, down to about the 30. The receiver had some trouble bobbling it, and he's brought down about the 33-yard line of Mercyhurst.
That's what I'm telling you with Kushma. I mean, the return man, I don't know if you got a number on him.
80.
Number 80 was not ready for that. He kind of had to go back a little bit and readjust. That is Brad Novak. But Kushma, he's got a leg on him. He really does. He's a very, very good punter, and I like when we don't do that pooch kick from either Sisson or Tomko. I like when we just bring Kushma out.
Yeah, definitely a nice weapon to have. All right, Mercyhurst lines up now. 1 receiver here, a near side, 1 far side. They got the double tight ends in with the running back in the back. The give is to the running back, but he's met at the line and tackled for a gain of about 2 yards. Bring up 2nd down now. Ball's on the 34. They need to make to about the 42-yard line, I think, is where the 1st down line's at.
13 minutes and 42 seconds to go in the first half.
Mercyhurst lines up now. Has 1 receiver here near side, 1 far side, with a fullback and a running back. Fullback directly to the right. Uppercut jumps off sides. They're going to throw the flag for that one. Throw the pass, and it is caught out about the 1st down marker.
Yeah,
That's
uppercut.
Austin Hentz on the reception.
Uppercut didn't have a hand offside, didn't have a head offside. He had his whole body offsides, and so ref quickly threw the flag on that one. Let it be a free play, but they completed it anyway, and so they'll decline the offsides, and so it'll be 1st and 10 at Mercyhurst's own 44-yard line. 13 minutes and 20 seconds to go in the first half.
2 receivers lined up a far side for Mercyhurst. A fullback and a running back in the game lined up directly behind. They switched the tight end over. They fake to give off, looking for a screen pass here to number 44 out the side. He's greeted right, and he drops the ball. I believe they're going to say he's down before the ball came out. Not quite sure if he has enough for the 1st down.
Yeah, he has just enough, but again, I mean, short little stuff is what's killing Edinboro right now. Stuff over the middle and then stuff to the outside, just short, is hurting Edinboro, and they can't seem to cover anything all over the field, and they're going to need to shape up quickly because Mercyhurst is putting together a heck of a drive so far.
Because if they don't do something quick, it's going to end up being whoever has the ball last wins the game.
14-7 right now. Edinboro leads.
Mercyhurst hands off to the running back, greeted by Upperco, brought down with a little bit of help from Ballou. Yeah, David Ballou. Brought down at the 42-yard line of Edinboro. Now 2nd down and 6 to go. 12:03 left to go in the half. Score still 14-7. Edinboro leading Mercyhurst. Mercyhurst now lines up, has 2 receivers here near side with a fullback and running back directly behind the quarterback under center. Calls the case, looking to throw the entire way. Screen pass out to the running back, but he's met by Sims and a whole host of Edinboro Fighting Scots, and I believe that's going to be number 66. That's Derek Dorr on the takedown. Just before or he did make the first line. I guess he did make first down. All right, so Mercyhurst with a fresh set of downs now on the, call it the 36 of Edinboro. 11:18 left to go. Mercyhurst lines up, has one receiver far side, fullback, running back directly behind the quarterback. The give is to the running back, straight up the middle. Good for a gain of about 3 yards.
Yeah, just a run ship the middle for number 27, Grayson Taylor. His 6th rush of the game gives him just under 40 yards rushing on the day.
Just basically taking it right to Edinboro, just straight up. Stop me if you can. And apparently Edinboro can't do that right now.
They have not been able to stop anybody yet.
So now Mercyhurst lines up 2 receivers far side. The tight end is in motion. The give is to running back straight up the middle again. And is greeted by some Fighting Scots. I don't believe he has enough for the first down. It's going to be 3rd down with about 2 to go here. Ball will be on the, call it the 28-yard line. Yep.
That running back is Thompson. His 4th carry of the game for 20 yards.
We're going to go ahead and step away for 30 seconds here on the Edinboro Fighting Scots Sports Network.
So you don't have to miss even a minute. It's the Fighting Scots in action on the Edinboro Sports Network. On the radio at 88.9 WFSC and online at edinboronow.com. Video of many home games is also featured on ETV. This game broadcast is underwritten in part by Bonnell's Auto Group, featuring collision services and auto sales in Erie and Fairview and auto glass replacement and repair along with full rod shop services and restoration in Fairview. Information on each service can be found on the web at bonnellsauto.com.
All right, and we're back here at Sox Harrison. We stepped away because of an injured player on the field, but they were able to get up under their own power.
It was an Edinboro player.
Edinboro player. So they were able to get up under their own power and walk off to the sideline. Hopefully it's just something as simple as cramping, because it is pretty hot out here today. All right, Mercyhurst lines up now. Ball's on the 28, 3rd down, 2 yards to go. 1 receiver far side. Empty this side. The pitch is to the running back around the right side, but he's met right at the yard of gain. I don't know if he quite has it, and yes, they're going to give it to him.
It was close. It was about a 1-yard gain, and they needed a yard, and so they're going to just wave him ahead. It was very, very close, but it's going to be a 1st and 10 now on Edinboro's 25-yard line.
Still, that kid ran about a country mile to make it a yard, you know?
9 minutes and 20 seconds to go in the first half. Edinboro leads 14-7, but Mercyhurst is knocking on the door on the 25-yard line.
Mercyhurst sets up now. Altavilla under center. 2 receivers here near side with a fullback and running back. Fake give to the running back. Throws it out for a screen pass, but he's knocked out of bounds by Sims. Good for a gain of about 6. Brings up 2nd down. Ball will be on the 18-yard line. No, I'm sorry. Yeah, 18-yard line. 2nd down, 3 yards to go for Mercyhurst. 8:46 left to go. Edinboro still leading 14-7. 1 receiver here near side, Altavilla under center with a fullback and running back. The give is to the running back straight through the middle for a gain of about 4 yards, good enough for the first down.
And that's, the tail of the tape so far for this Edinboro defense is Mercyhurst has been able to do whatever they want to do. We look at the quarterback position, Doug Altavilla, 9 for 11 for 88 yards. We look at the running backs, averaging 6.2 yards per attempt, and then the other one, Thompson, averaging 4.6 yards per attempt. This Edinboro defense has not stepped up yet this game.
No, not at all. 1 receiver here near side for Mercyhurst. Avila under center, now changing the play, doesn't like the protection with a fullback and running back directed behind him. Quick throw over to Luke. He's got to turn around and look for it, but he's out of bounds. No good, no score on that one. Oof. I mean, you could make a case for interference pushing off on that one, but I don't know. It'd be a bit of a straw man. You wouldn't have a whole lot of legs to stand on.
Yeah, I don't think there was any call there to make, and if there was, it would just have to be like a guessing battle, but it seemed like good defense, just a ball that was very, very hard to reach, and so it's going to be incomplete and bring up second down.
Altavilla lines up under center. Two receivers far side with a fullback and running back. Gibbons to the running back up the middle, but again, Edinboro sniffs this one out. Gain of about a yard on the play brings up third down and 9 to go. Ball will be placed on the, call it the 12-yard line.
Mm-hmm. And so it's going to be 3rd and 9, and this is shut up time for the Edinboro defense. It's make us shut up and bend, don't break. Only give up 3 points here would be pretty big for this defense.
Yep, this is man-up time. Altavilla now under center, sends the tight end in motion over to the right side. Two receivers looking for the screen pass. It's caught. Good enough for not quite the first down?
Mm-mm. They're going to be about 4 yards short. He ran a lot. He ran to the outside, and so it looked like he got more yards than he did. But he was able to get about 4 yards to pick up 4th and about 3. And so they're going to bring out the kicking unit, take the easy 3 points. Kind of a chip shot from here. They're about on the 8, maybe the 7-yard line of Edinboro.
Unless they fake it.
I could see that happening.
Why not?
Already 3 on the season. I agree, Toby.
Yeah, but, Brandon Cole, their kicker, looks pretty serious about this one. I don't think they're faking it. I'm sorry. This is Cameron Anzavino,
who kicks it, and it is good. And so not even close to being not good. Right up the middle, it's make it the score 14-10 with 6 minutes and 21 seconds to go. Edinboro leads. We will take a 30-second break on the Edinboro Sports Network.
NHL star Matt Martin for American Humane.
I've had my fair share of bruises and injuries. But for many who put their lives on the line every day, it's not always the injuries you can see that hurt the most. Every single day, 184 veterans are diagnosed with post-traumatic stress. When medications and therapy don't help, professionally trained service dogs can. American Humane has created a free guide to help veterans obtain these life-saving animals. For help, please go to AmericanHumane.org.
Okay, welcome back to Sox Harrison Stadium. I'm your host, G. Tubby Schmidt. Alongside me is Gabe.
What's my name?
Gabe G-Money Hikes. That's what it is. I'm getting there. Mercyhurst is now kicking off to Edinboro after that field goal, bringing the score. Your Edinboro Fighting Scots 14, Mercyhurst 10. Kick is up. Kind of a shallow kick, as I believe that's Gaelic who fielded it here. Yep, bringing it out across the 30. Now up to the 40. Finally brought down by Mercyhurst at the 40-yard line. A good little return off of was like a half pooch, half serious kick by Mercyhurst. I think he just didn't quite get all the leg that he wanted to under it. There is a flag on the field, though.
He's a slippery guy. Kind of should have been tackled about 10 yards back, but he kind of just slides off. He's quick and he's small and is able to get through smaller holes than usual, so able to get all the way up to the 40, but like you said, a penalty. It's going to be offsides on the kicking unit. And so it's going to move him about 5 more yards to about the 45-yard line. And so Edinboro, no excuse for not scoring on this drive, starting off the drive at the 44-yard line. So great field position to start with this one for Tomko.
Yep, so Tomko comes out now, lined up in the shotgun, has 2 receivers here near side, 1 far side. Fletcher in at his left hip. His 2 receivers here near side are Tanaz Gregory and Clark. Sends Tanaz in motion. The give, though, is to Walter Fletcher, trying to drive it straight up, but is stopped quite easily for a gain of about 1. Brings up 2nd down and 9. Ball's on the 45-yard line. Tomko lined up now in the shotgun. Has 2 receivers here, a near side, 1 far side. Fletcher in at his right hip. Snaps the ball to give as a Fletcher straight up the middle. Fletcher powers his way through for a gain of about 6, maybe 7, as he makes it out to about the 51-yard line the 49-yard line of Mercyhurst. 5:30 left to go here in the second quarter.
Edinboro leads 14-10, but now on 3rd and short, you got to think you're going back to Fletcher, but you know, they have not thrown the ball a lot, only 5 attempts for Tomko. You got to think they got to start stretching the ball out a little bit more.
Yeah, they need to spread the mustard. 3 receivers here near side. Fletcher in at the right hip. Of course, they throw it, but he's hit in the back as picked off by Mercyhurst, and he's running it all the way back, but he's knocked out of bounds by Fletcher, who saves the touchdown. Mercyhurst returning this one all the way down to the Edinboro 1-yard line.
And I think that's just very, very poor play calling. We said before, and we were like, you know, I think this one is an obvious run. Walter Fletcher delivering a huge hit right at the 1-yard line. Player that picked it off is still down. Ooh, Fletcher, big man, hit him very, very hard, knocked him out of bounds. And so he's still down, probably just air knocked out of him. But again, I think that's just poor play calling. We said before, and you know, this is an obvious run down. And so they tried to go with the pass, and it obviously didn't work out, picked off. You know, don't try to do anything special. I mean, if you're going to be running two runs in a row, and on the third one on 3rd and short, you're going to be passing, you're just trying way too hard. And so on that one, get your first down and then see what you can do on 1st down. Maybe if you're on 1st down, you get a run and can break off 6 yards on that one. Maybe on 2nd down, you try a pass. But, you know, it has been poor play calling so far this season for Edinboro, and we've seen it a lot today so far.
Right. I mean, I just don't understand. I really don't. I think they were trying to set up the screen on that play, but it just wasn't.
It was trying to do a 5-yard slant. It was all slants for every receiver out there, and so it was off the shoulder pads of the intended receiver, and it just bounced right up into the air, was able to be picked off, and so
that's Dante Redwood, the defensive back who picked it off and took that vicious hit from Walter Fletcher, now up under his own power. So that brings up a 1st down for Mercyhurst they're going to spot it at the 2-yard line. Score still Edinboro 14, Mercyhurst 10, with 4:51 left to go here in the second.
And so now the great starting field position for Edinboro.
Just wasted.
Wasted. Doesn't mean anything now.
Nope. What field position?
Mm-hmm. Great field position for Mercyhurst now. Start out their drive on the 2-yard line.
So here they go in their tough man lineup as they have Altavilla under center. They give it to the running back straight up the middle. And he's in for a Mercyhurst touchdown. That'll bring the score Mercyhurst 16, Edinboro 14, with the extra point try to come.
Just ugliness, Tubby. It's pretty disappointing to see. I mean, that was a bad turnover there, and then even worse, they let him all the way back down to the 2-yard line, and then just a walk-in on 1st down. Mercyhurst coming to play. Edinboro still has not done a lot on either side of the ball.
And the extra kick is good. Call it now 17 in favor of Mercyhurst over Edinboro, who has a 14. We'll go ahead and step away for 1 minute here on the Edinboro Fighting Scots Sports Network.
The Student Government Association, or SGA, is separated into 5 committees dedicated to an overall goal,
representing the interests and concerns of the student body in order to ensure and enhance the quality of collegiate life.
Undergraduates are invited to apply to be an SGA Congress member,
the heart and the voice of the student body.
To join, please visit the SGA office located on the 2nd floor of Pogue Student Center.
Pick up an application and, once completed,
return it to the SGA office, C-store, or front desk at Pogue.
We look forward to seeing you.
So you don't have to miss even a minute. It's the Fighting Scots in action on the Edinboro Sports Network. On the radio at 88.9 WFSC and online at edinboronow.com. Video of many home games is also featured on ETV. This game broadcast is underwritten in part by John's Wildwood Pizzeria, open every day at 105 Erie Street in downtown Edinboro. For eat-in, delivery, or take-out, John's menu includes pizza, hoagies, calzones, wings, salads, and more. Information is at 814-734-7355 or on the web at johnswildwoodpizza.com.
All right, and we're back here at Sox Harrison Stadium. Mercyhurst just kicked off to Edinboro after scoring that touchdown after the interception and return by Mercyhurst. Tanaz Gregory brings the ball out to about the 25-yard line. 4:40 left to go here in the second quarter. Mercyhurst up 17 to Edinboro's 14. Edinboro to start this drive off now at the 24-yard line. Tomko now leading his guys out here. They're getting set up. They'll have one receiver here near side. Tomko in the shotgun. Walter Fletcher at his left hip. 2 receivers far side. Blitz is on, but they give it to Fletcher straight up the middle for a gain of about 10 yards. So that's... Or no, they're going to call him short.
Yeah, it was a 9-yard gain.
So now second down, 1 yard to go. Ball's on the 33-yard line of Edinboro. Edinboro driving. 2 receivers here near side, 2 far side. Fletcher in at Tomko's left hip. Tomko in the shotgun. Snap the ball. Fletcher goes out. Screen pass for Clark. Clark trying to get a yard, looking for some blockers. And he's just tripped up. Can't find his way through to make the yard.
James Clark had the first down and then maybe a few more, but he was going for the whole shebang and trying to get to the outside. It went 3 yards backward, and so it's going to be a loss of 2 on the play in what should have been a 1st and 10. And now we've seen James Clark do that a few times now. You'd think it would be corrected in practice, but still has not been corrected. And so it's going to bring up a long 3rd and 3 when it should have been a 1st and 10.
Yeah. 3 receivers now, a far side empty here, a near side Tanaz Gregory in for quarterback. The run is just Tanaz all by himself, and he's going to be tackled short of the first down, about a yard to make. And they're going to bring out the punt team here. The 4th down and 2 yards to go.
I mean, that's again trying to be fancy. You bring out and do a wildcat. You put Tomko in at wide receiver, and you bring Tanaz in the backfield. You pretty much know what's going to happen, and so they were able to sniff that out. Gain of no yards. You have the 5th leading rusher in Division II in the backfield for a reason. Just let him run wild.
Yep. So the punt by Kushma again is decent and long. Went from about 20 to 20 as there's a flag on the play about at where the blockers were lined up as a Mercyhurst guy simply tried to do the Superfly Snooker move on the blockers, and the blockers basically caught him in midair, tried to return him to earth peacefully, but on the return down was pulling at the face mask of the defenders. That's the best way that I can explain it.
Supposed to be a 15-yard penalty on Mercyhurst. But, I mean, again, just being too fancy. You have Walter Fletcher in the backfield. Let him run. Already today he has 77 yards on 12 attempts. the dude can flat out just run. Let him see what he can do. I mean, if I'm a betting man, I would say Walter Fletcher, who is averaging 6.4 yards a carry, he can get 2 yards up the middle.
Yep. I mean, Ian, even if you're unsure about it, why don't you bring on like one of the big guys like Gervin or Dorr or something as a fullback and send them up through the whole first and let Walter Fletcher just run right up his back.
Or maybe put your 2017 All-State AFCA Good Works team member Ryan Stratton in the backfield and let him do some blocking up the middle.
Right. I'm sure he can get the job done.
You like that a little bit?
So that's now Edinboro's ball now here on the
penalty. So it's a 15-yard penalty. They're gonna say they're gonna move him up about 10 yards and say, here you go, 1st and 10 now for Edinboro.
But now he's under pressure. He's gonna have to run this one out by himself. Very smart. So that way he didn't get rid of the ball and cause another interception.
That was Tomka we're talking about. There's a drop back pass, excuse us. Rolling out to the left, no one open down the field. Tomka took it himself, ran out of bounds. Probably a loss of about 1, but better than what it could have been.
So now 2nd down and 11 here. Ball's on the 46, 2:20 left to go in the second quarter. We have 2 receivers here, a near side. Check that, make it 3 receivers here near side, 2 far side, empty backfield for Tomko. Snap of the ball, throw across the middle is good and caught by, I'm not sure who that is. I'll have to check.
Number 6.
Yeah, that'll be Blake Reddick, the wide receiver. Good for a first down. Ball's now on the 41-yard line of Mercyhurst. First down, 10 yards to go. 2 receivers here near side, 2 far side. Fletcher in at Tomko's left hip. Looking to pass again. Trying to look off the safety, nothing doing. Still keeps the ball alive, throws it away wisely. Gets rid of it. Doesn't give up too much yardage. 2nd down, 10. Ball still on the Mercyhurst 41. Edinboro trying to put together a drive here before the half.
And now I'm liking what they're doing, trusting Tomko, looking down the field a little bit. Don't look for him to just do a little dump pass. We saw to Blake Reddick a pass right over the middle, good for a gain of about 10-15 yards. I'm liking that. Let Tomko air it out a little bit.
3 receivers now, near side, none far side. Fletcher in at Tomko's left hip. Tomko in at the shotgun. The give is to Fletcher straight up the middle as he's met by the Lakers. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. Or are they going to give him 2 yards?
They're going to give him a couple of yards, but...
All right, so now I'll bring up 3rd down and about 7 to go. The ball's on the 38 of Mercyhurst. Switching out personnel, they're going to give Fletcher a breather here, bring in Gaelic.
1 minute and 10 seconds to go in the first half. Mercyhurst leads 17-14.
Empty backfield as Tomko has 3 receivers here near side, 2 far side. Tomko in the shotgun, calls for the ball, looks for it, throws over the middle, and Tanaz Gregory cannot hang on. It drops it, brings up 4th and 7.
That one was on Tanaz. That was a great pass by Tomko right to the middle of the field. I think Tanaz is hearing footsteps a little bit and just drops the ball. Hit him right in the hands, too. Would have been a first down, but now it's going to be 4th and 8. This might be 4-down territory, especially with only 56 seconds to go, or they're going to do the pooch punt.
Yep. 2 receivers here, near side, 1 far side. Gaelic in at the right hip. Tomko looking to pass. Throws over for Clark. Clark has it in first down territory. It's brought down, and they'll give him the first down.
It was just enough for the first down. James Clark, a kind of a high pass, meets at its highest point, goes up, makes the catch and brings it back down, and would have been a very, very close to the first down. Breaks off that tackle, gets another yards, and gets the easy first down. And so now Edinboro on Mercyhurst's 28-yard line will take a timeout with 43 seconds to go in the first half. Whew, it's going to be a close one, Tubby.
It is. I mean, you know, that penalty, though, on Mercyhurst on that punt, giving Edinboro new life right here at midfield. And now they're able to put a little something together. They've bounced it a little bit better. They gave Fletcher a couple runs, come up huge. Clark with that aerobatic catch to get this first down, making it within striking distance. Ball's going to be on the 28-yard line, so just outside of the red zone, but still within striking distance for Tomko's arm.
Yeah, and I mean, we saw the first touchdown for Edinboro. Probably shouldn't have been a touchdown just because it was a quick 3-and-out for Edinboro, and then you have the the punt bobbled by Mercyhurst, and Edinboro gets the ball, and so then they keep the drive going. And now Mercyhurst, a personal foul, keeps the drive going once again for Edinboro. Now they are driving once again. Mercyhurst shooting themselves in their own foot.
So now we'll go ahead and Tomko's in at shotgun. 2 receivers here near side. 3 receivers far side, empty backfield for Tomko. I think they're going to take the long shot here on this one with it being first down. Yep, throws over to Clark. Clark breaks a tackle. It gets out to about the 20-yard line. Gain of, I want to say 8.
Yeah, 8 on the play, so it would be second and
7.
2, excuse me. 2nd and 3, if they're going to give them 7, yeah.
2 receivers near side, 2 far side. Tomko looking to throw again, but it's intercepted by Mercyhurst. Brought down.
That one was all on Tomko. That one was right to the defender.
Tariq Ellis making the play on that ball, and he completely stared down his receiver on that one.
So with 19 seconds to go in the first half, Mercyhurst leads 17-14. They get the ball at the start of the second half. You got to think they're either going to try to bomb it to the end zone or just try to run the ball out and go into halftime with the lead.
But good tackle there by Trey Staunch, the offensive lineman, being able to stop that one as he had the number 5 had blockers in front of him. I think they're going to try to run a play. Altavilla under center with the running back. Give this to running back, but blown up. Big John Gervin getting in there and blowing it up for a loss. That's going to be a loss of about 5 yards, 6 yards on that play. Brings up now 2nd down. With 2 seconds left, they're going to let the clock tick off. And they'll head to the locker room. Mercyhurst Lakers 17, your Edinboro Fighting Scots 14 here at Sox Harrison Stadium. Well, we said it was going to be gritty and we said it was going to be grimy. I think it's been just that, Gabe.
It's been bad pretty much all around. We saw the first touchdown of the game. Mercyhurst kind of gave it to him, the muff punt, and was able to bobble the ball around. And it was it Zuriel Hendricks getting the turnover and was able to start the drive at the 20. And so then the second one was a good drive by the Edinboro offense, but it's pretty much the only good drive we've seen so far, except for probably that last one. They get all the way down the field only to throw an interception with 19 seconds to go. And in the defensive side, it hasn't been pretty, Tubby.
No, it hasn't been pretty. I mean, except for that last play when John Gervin was able to blow it up, and then Dorr with the sack earlier in the game. But that's like the 2 lone bright spots.
That I don't know if you even want to count that as a bright spot.
Well, I mean, okay, so it was a covered sack, it was a team effort sack, but I'm going to go ahead and step away. I'm going to turn my mic over to Jared and let you guys break down the first half, and then I'll come right back.
So we'll break it down now, and then maybe in like 5 to 10 minutes, we'll get you and Drew on here, because Drew wants to come back up. All right, so right now, it's going to be me and Jared. Jared, what did you think about that first half?
First half,
Excuse me, this is Jared Wayman. He is the color commentator for the away games for Edinboro, and he is here today at this homecoming game. And so, Jared, how are you doing today? Let's start with that.
I started out fine. Kind of got worse as the first half went on. Very frustrating, just like last week. I mean, had stuff going early, and I mean, it just breaks up at the end. Edinboro still have those red zone woes, and they're not able to finish. We saw legs on the 20-yard line. I don't know if it was a miscommunication by the wideout and Tomko, or just Tomko just overthrew him, but I mean, it's time for Tomko to step up, time for this whole team to step up. It's homecoming. You need this win. You need to keep that home streak alive.
And so Tomko right now, 7 for 13 for 52 yards, 2 interceptions. I will say the first interception wasn't exactly his fault, but that last one seemed like a lot of his fault. I am trying to think of some bright spots so far. You have Walter Fletcher playing a great game so far, 13 rushes for 80 yards, averaging 6.2 yards a carry. 0 touchdowns for him still. We have the 2 touchdowns for Edinboro, scored by Tomko, 2 rushing touchdowns. He's 4 attempts for 12 yards just on the short stuff. inside the red zone. But you brought up some red zone play by Edinboro. They've been in there a couple times right now. That last time they got all the way down to the red zone, and then an interception by Tomko. Again, just can't finish if you have this Edinboro offense.
Yeah, I don't know if it's called the red zone for Edinboro or the dead zone. I mean, nothing really happens there.
I would agree with that. And then we flash over to the defensive side. This defense has not been able to stop anyone for weeks now. I haven't seen a stop by this defense since the Clarion game, I'll say. And so, they're letting teams run all over them, pass all over them. I'm not quite sure what is going on. Jared, do you have any idea whatsoever?
I don't know if it's like they guess run and it goes past. They're just guessing the wrong way. I don't know. But like Coach Neely is definitely talking to his defense in the locker room right now. I know him from last year. He's definitely in their ear, like saying, "Listen, dogs, we really got to get in there and make a stop because the scoreboard is 17-14 Mercyhurst. It's a 3-point game. I mean, defense can win games for you if you really put them out there and they're in the right spot. But obviously, hasn't been happening so far because every turnover Mercyhurst has gotten, they've turned into points.
Yeah, and that's the lone bright spot we have so far right now. It's Edinboro has played a very, very poor game so far on all aspects of the ball, but still, it's only 17-14. We're going into the second half. Mercyhurst will get the ball, but it's still only a 3-point game, and so it's still anybody's game. But Jared, what has got to be fixed?
Execution. Execution is going to win you the game. It's going to move the ball. It's going to take that dead zone, the red zone again, and you got to get 6 points. You can't do 3 points. It's got to be 6 points. You have to win the game, and you have to trust Tomko. He has to execute better, and you have to have Walter Fletcher getting the carries. We see him get the carries, but again, we said no touchdowns for Fletcher, and he can get them. I mean, you saw him bright spot for Fletcher is he can open up, and we've seen it.
Yeah, and so we have seen Walter Fletcher. He has been a very, very good player all year round. 80 yards already for him in this game, 5th in Division II, and so coming out in the second half, I'm expecting him to have a great game. And then on the receiving side, James Clark having himself a decent day. 6 catches for 49 yards, 0 touchdowns as of yet because there's been no passing touchdowns. But then, I mean, a player of the game to watch for Tubby was Tanaz Gregory. Still 0 catches for 0 yards so far. And
they've been there.
He's had passes to him, and he had one that hit him right in the hands that would have been a first down dropped. And so he has to play better. And coming off a campaign of last year, where he was the freshman of the year in Division II. You got to think he's disappointed with how he's played so far. And then let's go over to James Clark. I mean, he's been having a good game, but still, we saw that drive killer where it was second down and it was a screen to him. He had the first down and he ran 3 yards backwards and then lost them, and then they had to punt the ball on 4th down. That 4th down, luckily, there was a penalty on Mercyhurst that kept the drive going, which resulted in that touchdown. That turnover just a little bit later, but still, just mental stuff. Execution is what you've been talking about.
Yeah, I mean, if you're Edinboro, we're talking about Clark, how he needs to know where he's at in the field. That could have been an easy first down. Mm-hmm. So what you need to do if you're Edinboro is keep it simple, stupid.
Keep it simple, stupid.
I mean, the thing is, stick to the stuff you know, and that's going to, if you do stuff you know, that's what's going to make it better for your team in the end, and you're definitely going to get the dub. I mean, that's what Edinboro needs. They need to keep it simple, run the ball right, pass the ball, nickel and dime it like they're used to doing, and get a 6-point score.
Mm-hmm. And so now we're going to take a 2-minute break. When we come back, I'm not sure who's going to be on the radio, but we're going to be talking about the first half and then what Edinboro needs to do for the second half. But right now, we have about 13 minutes and 20 seconds to go in this halftime. Edinboro down 17-14. Don't go anywhere. We're going to take a 2-minute break on the Edinboro Sports Network.
Unexpected reactions to smart financial decisions brought to you by feedthepig.org.
Well, I finally did it. I opened a 401k.
So you're giving up? Just like that?
Giving up on what?
On getting an inheritance from a distant relative.
Don't you think if there were a billionaire in the family, we'd know about it by now?
Listen to me. We are one phone call away from riding horses on our own private polo grounds. One call from christening yachts, having a butler, using summer as a verb.
How do you figure?
Look, everyone's got a rich uncle somewhere. It's statistics. So the best thing you can do is just prepare for the inevitable.
Right, which is why I thought maybe it would be smart to take control of my finances. Start using a budget, get out of debt, set some retirement goals.
Budgets? Debt? You watch your mouth. Retirement shouldn't be a goal for us. It should be a way of life.
When it comes to financial stability, don't get left behind. Get tools and tips for saving at feedthepig.org. This message brought to you by the American Institute of CPAs and the Ad Council.
Are you looking for a change of pace in your day? Do you want to jam to some great music from artists like Ed Sheeran, Walk the Moon, Panic at the Disco, Muse, and more? With a fun new topic of discussion every week? Then listen to Random Hour with Nathan every Wednesday from 4 to 5, only on 88.9 WFSE Fighting Scots Radio, and streaming live on edinboronow.com.
The Edinboro Sports Network provides live coverage of Fighting Scots sports on WFSE, streaming live at edinboronow.com and available on mobile devices via TuneIn Radio and Nobex Radio. This sportscast is underwritten in part by Iron Empire Clothing, open Tuesday through Saturday from 10 to 7 at 169 West 14th Street in Erie. Iron Empire carries a variety of in-stock apparel items for men and women and offers custom screen printing and design services. Details are available at 814-454-1904 or online at ironempireclothing.com.
Live Fighting Scots Sports from the Edinboro Sports Network on 88.9 WFSE, Edinboro.
And welcome back to Sox Harrison Stadium in Edinboro, Pennsylvania. Edinboro currently down at halftime, 17-14 to Mercyhurst Lakers. My name is Gabe Hypes. Right now I will take control, and alongside of me is last year's play-by-play commentator and play-by-play commentator for pretty much every sport on campus at Edinboro and away games, Mr. Drew Patrick.
Hello, everybody.
Hello, Drew. How are you doing today? You're back for homecoming, and so we got you onto the air, the illustrious Drew Patrick. How are you doing today, Drew?
It's good. It's good to be back. It's a beautiful day. And I've gotten to experience some things I never had as a student because I've always been working.
It must be nice to sit and just watch these football games. That's something that I haven't been able to do yet.
I'll tell you, I have not been able to sit and watch a football game, just sit and watch without having to work for the last 4 years. So it'll come, but it's nice to do. It really is.
And so you sat through the 0-11 season. You sat through the 9-2 season covering this team. How are you feeling right now about this 3-3 season? And this is the first time you've watched them firsthand so far this season.
Look, it was just a couple little mistakes in that first half. Truthfully, the 2 interceptions is killer for Tomko in that first half, and a lot of those are just the wrong read. And you gotta be more aware, and that comes with experience at quarterback. That you have to be more aware of where the defensive backs are, because he was jumped on that second interception, and that first interception, that was not where the ball should have gone. Clark was open right behind Gregory, who was the intended target on that first throw there. But look, it's a bunch of little mistakes, and that's why this game is still close. We're going to have a barn burner here in this game, so you got to keep it close, and you got to eliminate those stupid mistakes, because what I've seen, you can play with this team. Edinboro can. You just have to eliminate your mistakes, play your game, and you will come out with a victory.
You know, I want to say that, and I want to be like that, but we've been saying little mistakes for the past 6 weeks right now, even in the wins. We're like, okay, there's little mistakes, and if we can just get them put together, it'll be a blowout win. But, little mistakes have been killer for this team, and they seem to not be corrected week to week to week. This team is a lot better than what we're seeing on these little mistakes, but still, I think you're right in a lot of ways. Still 17-14. Tomko's looked okay. He looked okay last week. He's looked okay this week. We set up here, the first interception was not his fault. I mean, it was just, kind of unlucky. The second one probably was more of his fault. But right now, you have a very, very manageable game. You have 3 points down. Mercyhurst will get the ball at the second half, but still, it's, this Edinboro team, they just had to they have not yet put a 60-minute game. It's not 60 minutes in Division II football, but you know what I'm saying, together and play a sound, perfect game on every aspect of the game, offense, defense, and special teams. They have not done that yet this year, and so they have not done it yet today. And if they come out and they play like we know they're able to, they can blow Mercyhurst out of the water.
Yeah, again, I'm going off on one game, but you mentioned the little mistakes thing. Yeah, little mistakes. They are little, but you keep piling them up, and you're chipping at the marble, and it's going to come down. If you keep having these mistakes, you're going to see it crumble, and that's what happened in the season so far, based on what I have seen, which is just a lot of statistics and maybe some replay. But there's a lot to like, too. I think the running game is good. I like what they're doing at the goal line. That's the smart play, to have Tomko just pull and run, because they do not fear Tomko as a runner down there, and he is open every single time he takes off. He just kind of runs east to west first, which is why they get close to catching up to him. That's the right play you want to do there, and that's the kind of plays that get a quarterback who's in his first year really playing Division II football. There's a jump there. There's a learning curve there, and so I think a lot of it's a young quarterback learning how to be a Division II quarterback, but you got to have to learn quickly. And right now, he's made those mistakes. Coaches are going to sit down with him, talk with him, and he should be able to correct them in the second half. I actually somewhat disagree on the first one wasn't his fault. I think he had a better receiver option to throw on that play.
It bounced off of Tanaz Gregory's hand, did it not? From up here, it looked like it bounced off his hands and went straight into the air, and then the second one looked like it went straight to the defensive back.
But either way, too, you also have to... I mean, that's a chemistry thing, too. Think about the bouncing off the hands, because you have to have the touch. You have to know your receivers, which receivers you got to put a little more touch, a little more oomph on the ball. And that comes with practice and learning your receivers. And a young quarterback, it takes time. The sad thing for him is this isn't game one. And he's put into this situation. We're in game 7 on the year. So he's trying to go through a game one mentality, and the coaches are trying to go through a game one mentality with him when you're in game 7 on the year. So you have to do creative, and we've seen some creative things from this offense on the day. The Wildcat, whatever the formation that was earlier with Tomko, the pseudo center, like doing stuff like that makes a quarterback more comfortable.
I will say that about Tomko. Tomko has not been disappointing. We saw him last week come out, and he was scared to throw, and so he wouldn't throw the ball, and he would just run it away. We saw that, but this week he's looked very, very good in what we've seen of him so far. Only throwing a total of 13 passes, a lot of them coming out that last drive, and to hurry up. But Tomko definitely hasn't been the reason why this team is down right now. Without Jake Sisson, I mean, still Tomko's been kind of a bright point. I'm going to say right now, and I've been saying, I really think play calling has been off all year. We saw the first few games of the year. You didn't know this, but there would be games where, like the first few games, we would throw 60 times in a game with Sisson, and so Sisson would have like 4 interceptions just because he's throwing 60 times, and we'd run the ball tops 15 times. And this is Walter Fletcher, who we're talking about, a man that's 5th in Division II football and rushing. And so now we're kind of working it the other way around. We saw the Clarion game. We ran more than we passed. And that Clarion game was a beautiful, beautiful game. And then we fast forward a week later to the Gannon game. We ran more, and now today we're running more. I think you need to find a balance a little bit, and play calling just seems off. We had that 1st and 10, it becomes a 2nd and 9, and we have that 3rd and 3 on a run from Walter Fletcher. 2 runs back to back. You're thinking you're probably going to be running again on 3rd and short, and Fletcher averaging 6.2 rushing in the game so far. They throw that slant that gets picked off and returned back down to the 2-yard line. I think it was just poor play calling. We've seen poor play calling where you're 3rd and short again. What do? You go to the Wildcat and you run it with Tanaz Gregory, and who's now has 2 rushing attempts for -3 yards. When you have Walter Fletcher pretty much getting 6 yards, I would say about 3 to 4 yards guaranteed every single time he touches the ball. Just don't be fancy with it. Run up the middle with Fletcher. Get your yards where you can. I'm not happy with the play calling so far this season as a whole.
In this one, granted, I'm one game in, but
we have the misery in the first 7 games.
And you're going to see a lot of running. I think they're going to keep feeding Fletch throughout this whole game. That's another thing making the quarterback. But I mean, it's hard to deny the season that Sisson had last year. He was incredible for this team. And so I can see early in the season you try to get him going because he had some monster games. Yeah, he made mistakes, but he had some monster games last year. And it's just about learning. This is not a new offense. This is not a new coaching staff, but there's a lot of new pieces, and it's a puzzle. Your offense is a puzzle, and that one piece, if it doesn't fit perfectly, the offense is going to struggle. And right now I think that's been the issue here. It's that, again, a little thing that can grow into a big problem if you got to find that missing piece, and right now they have not done that.
Mm-hmm. And you mentioned Sisson, and I really do think when he's been in, his stats don't show it. He has 12 touchdowns on the year and 14 interceptions. I think a lot of it is just because they put so much on him in his first, especially 4 games of the year, where he was throwing at least 50 passes a game. It went up to 60 passes in a game, and some of them. You know, when you throw that many and you don't run the ball, what are teams going to do? They're going to bring people out of the box, only rush through and drop everybody back. And so that's what teams are doing. So there would be nobody open down the field, and Jake would kind of just try to force things. And so it would really mess him up, and that's why his stats don't show it. But Jake is still Jake from last year. I'm sticking by. I think the play calling has kind of hurt him.
I think one thing, speaking of play calling, that this team needs to do as soon as they get the ball back is to give Tomko confidence, to give this offense confidence, and to really – Mercyhurst does not fear the passing game at all right now. Mm-hmm. You've seen that throughout this game. They are getting the run. Fletcher's just Walter Fletcher, so he's still having a great day. But they do not fear the passing game of Edinboro. You need to have him take a shot. He's got the arm talent to take a shot. You got speedy receivers who should be able to get some separation. Take a shot on this team and force them to have to play both, because that will open up a lot more instead of these gadget plays that you're trying to use to open up the offense. That it's not quite working.
I like that thinking, Drew. I really do. And so now that was a whole 20 minutes of breaking down the first half, coming into the second half. I like that. Take a shot down the field, see what you can get. And so now we will bring up the second half right here on the Edinboro Sports Network. It looks like they're starting right away, so we won't go anywhere. And so Tubby is back up in the booth now. Thank you very much, Drew Patrick, and Jared Wayman for coming up and talking. Come back up here for the post game. And so now we have the kickoff for Edinboro. Mercyhurst will get the ball to start the second half.
Kushma, go ahead and lines up. Kicks is deep, about to the 9-yard line. Returning here is Mercyhurst, brought out to about the 29-yard line, 30-yard line. I call it.
Yeah, no.
Your score, 17 for Mercyhurst, 14 for Edinboro. Defense back out on the field. Mercyhurst in decent field position here at the 30-yard line as they get set. Altavilla leads his squad out. Has 2 receivers a far side. Altavilla under center with a fullback and running back behind him. They bring the 1 receiver in motion. Snap to give is to the running back, but he's met at the line of scrimmage by Mr. Anderson and a whole host of other Edinboro Fighting Scots.
Call it a gain of a half a yard. That's what this Edinboro needs to do. Come out and force a 3 and out. Don't let a lot of yards, especially on the ground, and play good defense through the air on a 3rd and long, hopefully. You know, maybe Coach Neely can work some things out in this halftime. Maybe he did work some things out in this halftime.
They're usually pretty good at making halftime adjustments here. 2 receivers far side for Mercyhurst. A tight end in on here near side, running back alone. They fake to give, looks to pass for the screen, and he falls. He fumbles it, and it's picked up finally by Edinboro, maybe. He's still running it, and that's Sims down to the 20-yard line or 10-yard line of Mercyhurst. Great field position for Edinboro as it changes hands. That might be the spark that this team needs to finally get going.
And Tubby, you're not sounding excited right now because we have no idea what pretty much happened. We thought it was an incomplete pass, but the ref will call it a completion and then a fumble, and then Edinboro was trying to pick it up, and it would have been 6 points, but they could not get the ball. I think maybe they greased the ball beforehand, and so it kind of just bobbled around, and then they finally get it up and return about 10 more yards. It was a very confusing play, and I'm still not quite sure what happens, but Edinboro will take over at Mercyhurst's 10-yard line, 1st and goal.
I'll take it. Tomko now in at the shotgun. 2 receivers here near side, 2 far side. Fletcher in at Tomko's right hip. The give is to Fletcher straight up the middle. Breaks free and into the end zone. Just a quick strike that we ordered, as talked about here earlier, as the ROTC makes it official with the cannon. Your score now 20 for Edinboro, 17 for the Mercyhurst Lakers.
You know, I did not think that was going to happen. Just a minute and 4 seconds into the second half, Mercyhurst with the turnover, and then Edinboro with the touchdown. Walter Fletcher right up the middle, pretty much untouched. Whew. That was pretty all around, and I'm liking it, Tubby. So that's going to make it 20-17 with the exclamation point coming. Kick is up, and it is good to make it 21-17. 13:56 to go in the third quarter. Tubby, you want to take a 30-second break?
Yeah, let's go ahead and step away here for 30 seconds on your Edinboro Fighting Scots Sports Network.
The Edinboro Sports Network is your source for live coverage of Fighting Scots athletics. Enjoy all of the action on 88.9 WFSE and EdinboroNow.com, with many home games also featured on ETV. Support for this game broadcast is provided in part by Bonnell's Auto Group, featuring collision services in Erie and Fairview, auto glass replacement and repair in Fairview, auto sales in Erie and Fairview, and full rod shop services and restoration in Fairview. Information on each service is on the web at bonnellsauto.com.
And welcome back to the Edinboro Sports Network. Edinboro getting a little bit of a break, able to get a fumble picked up, returned down to the 10-yard line, 1st and goal, a run by Walter Fletcher, 10 yards up the middle, untouched, in for the touchdown, his first of the game so far, makes the score 21-17 in favor of Edinboro.
Mercyhurst fields this ball about their own 5-yard line and is brought down at the 25-yard line. So they'll be backed up a little bit here in their own space as the defense comes on out again to take the field. Altavilla brings his offense out, has 2 receivers here near side, lone running back behind him, tight end to his right. Under center, ball snap, give is to the running back up the middle. Good for about 4 yards before he's finally tackled by guess who? Mr. Anderson.
Mr. Anderson. Sounds like a song.
Yep. I keep thinking of, you know that song, Mr. Crowley? Mr. Crowley. I just keep thinking that's running through my head, only it's Mr. Anderson instead of Mr. Crowley.
Okay, moving on. 13:24 to go in the third quarter. 2nd and 4 for Mercyhurst on their own 29-yard line.
It's on the 28 and it's 2nd and 5.
Excuse me, Tubby.
But it's all right.
I'm doing your job because you're over here singing.
Because I know. I'm distracted. What can I say? So the handoff again is to the running back, but he's met handily by the Fighting Scots. It's Gervin in on the tackle, Upperco on the tackle, everybody and their cousin in on the tackle.
And so now it's going to be 3rd down and 1 at the 31-yard line, excuse me. Tubby's signaling it should be 3rd and 2, but close enough, Tubby. How many times have you been wrong?
I've been wrong a lot, but I'm old and have poor eyes. Mercyhurst lines up, Altavilla lines up here under center, has 1 receiver here near side, fullback, running back directly behind him. Got to be thinking running. It is a run to the running back who breaks free up to the 50. Finally brought down at the 41-yard line. I believe that'll be Aaron Rogers, the cornerback, on the tackle.
And And the run was by Thompson, number 20. Grayson Taylor, his 13th rush of the game, 82 yards for him and 2 touchdowns. And so now Aaron Rodgers for Edinboro is down on the field, injured.
So we'll go ahead and step away. We'll take a 30-second break here on the Edinboro Fighting Scots Sports Network.
The Edinboro Sports Network is your source for live coverage of Fighting Scots athletics. Enjoy all of the action on 88.9 WFSE and EdinboroNow.com, with many home games also featured on ETV. Support for this game broadcast is provided in part by the Edinboro Hotel Bar, serving a variety of lunch and dinner items every day from their location at 100 Meadville Street in downtown Edinboro. Information is at 814-734-5103 or online at EdinboroHotelBar.com.
And we're back here at Fox Harrison Stadium. Your score, Edinboro 21, Mercyhurst Lakers 17. Lakers with the ball driving. They're on the 41-yard line of Edinboro. First down, 10 yards to go. Altavilla under center. One receiver here near side, one far side with a running back. But he sniffed out and brought down. That'll be, I believe it's Upperco. 52. I'm sorry, that's Trey Hall, the inside linebacker, stepping in to make a play with a little help of Gervin and the rest of the crew.
So it's going to be a sack, and it's going to be
for a loss. That'll bring up second down and 16 with 11-12 left to go here in the third quarter. Altavilla now in the shotgun. 2 receivers far side. Running back directly to his back. Looking throw the whole way, but is just out of the reach of his receiver. Maurice Sims on the coverage.
And so now third and a lot. Ball on the Edinboro 47-yard line. You got to be thinking, don't let anything behind you. Just keep it all in front of you, and you can get a punt coming. Because I mean, this is around 4-down territory. But since the big tackle for loss, not a lot of yards. I mean, a lot more yards to go. Excuse me. And so, if you're Edinboro here, get off the field and get your offense back out on there.
Yep, Edinboro playing center field here as he has 2 receivers now near side, 2 far side, running back in at the hip, looking to throw the whole way, under pressure, but it's caught, or it's contested, or no, or they're going to call it a catch.
And Edinboro is screaming. They're saying that it should have been an interception, and so there's some discussion between 5 Edinboro players. And now they're finally going to say incomplete. Mercyhurst's sideline is not happy about that. They ruled it a catch, and now they're ruling it an incomplete pass after being discussed by 5 Edinboro defensive backs. I mean, that's what you got to do if you're Edinboro. You got to
plead your case. I mean, Rogers was in there on that coverage, caught the ball about the same time as the receiver. That was number 8, Austin Hentz. So it was Hentz and Rogers contesting for the ball as they both fell to the ground. Really couldn't tell who had possession over it.
I'll take that, Tubby.
I think it's a good call. I'll take the incomplete. So now they'll go ahead and punt it here.
The lone Mercyhurst fan has been screaming, does not agree with that call, Tubby. Does not agree with you, but you know I agree with it also. It was inconclusive.
A nice high punt here, gonna be bounced into the end zone and out for a touchback. Edinboro will set up shop here on their own 25-yard line.
This game for Edinboro, I mean, it's been pretty much even on time of possession. 14 minutes for Edinboro, 16 minutes for Mercyhurst. And we've seen Edinboro, and I think it's a big reason why this defense has struggled. They've been bottom of PSAC for time of possession, and so they keep their defense on the field. They get tired, and then teams are able to just run all over them. So not a good around it. So now we have a special guest host. It's going to be Drew Patrick on play-by-play, just like last year, in color by Tubby Schmidt.
A little flashback. Tomko in the gun, takes the snap, fakes it, has to get out of the pressure, rolling around, and slides down around the 25. Good gain on first down, about 5 yards.
That's a smart play by Tomko, trying to just keep possession of the ball, got a few yards, eat a small chunk. That's what they got to do. Realize you're eating an elephant, small bites, one at a time, going to be okay.
Couple changes in here. 2 tight end and 3-man set on that far side. Fletcher next to Tomko in the gun. Takes the snap. There's the give up the middle, but that's going to be swarmed and tackled. Still gained a chunk of yards. It'll be 3rd and short. Coming up here for the Fighting Scots. 9:44 to go here in the 3rd quarter of a homecoming game. 21-17 is your score. Edinboro holding on to the lead, trying to make it grow on this drive. Big 3rd down coming up here. Tomko. Gregory in motion. Here's the give up the middle. Ran into his own guy and down. Got close to the line, but not quite going to get there. And the Fighting Scots will be forced to punt.
Not very productive here. I mean, I thought they were going to be able to get at least that 5 yards, but on a 4th and 2 here, deep in your own territory.
Saw some bullying on the front line there, just pushing the offensive lineman back into Fletcher. When you can't get him down, push his own guys into him. He still gained about a half a yard on that 4th and 2.
Yep, you got to be able to win the battle of the trenches, Drew.
So Kushman to punt it away. This one up, high rolling, and it went off. A Mercyhurst defender got pushed in, but I think the Lakers were the first one to get there. A big chance, but the Lakers able to save disaster as they were the first ones to fall on it.
Rogers shaken up on that play. I believe he's going to make it off under his own power. So the Mercyhurst Lakers will now set up at the, the 44-yard line.
It's good to be back here, Tubby. It's like putting on a
familiar pair of shoes, right?
Familiar pair of shoes, absolutely. Riding a bike. That's the what I was saying.
I don't do much athletic activity.
I formation with Altavilla in the gun, takes the snap, here's the give, finds a hole on the outside, pulls over the defender, but holding on for dear life is Trey Hall. Able to bring him down, short gain, 2nd and 7. Across the 45 to about the 47-yard line. If I'm them, I mean, they've been running the ball extremely well, have the Lakers, so you just keep pushing it up the middle. 2 receivers far side, 2 tight end near, and in the under center. Altavilla takes the snap, quick swing pass out, caught trying to break a tackle, breaks one, but flying in there. That's number 24.
That'll be Sims.
That's Maurice Sims. Able to smack him down right at the line of scrimmage. So a big 3rd down here, 3rd and 7 coming up for the Lakers.
Yeah, Sims was coming all the way across field for that one. He had that one dialed in, if you will.
Now, Mercyhurst has had success on that play, that swing pass throughout the day. They're going with a short passing game. I don't fear the long pass with this team because they're going short, they're going quick. We have a whistle and a timeout for the Lakers.
So we'll go ahead and take a timeout with them. We'll step away for 30 seconds here on the Edinboro Fighting Scots Sports Network.
Amplify your not-so-common rock knowledge with the Dewey Decibel Hour. Tune in to 88.9 on Thursdays at 5 p.m. for rock trivia, music news, inspiring quotes, and of course the best of WFSE rock radio. Don't miss any of the transmission by streaming live on EdinboroNow.com. The Dewey Decibel Hour, Thursdays at 5. Don't miss the bell.
Welcome back here, Edinboro Homecoming. I'm Drew Patrick, alongside Mr. George Tubby Schmidt.
Yep.
Tubby, it's fun to be back here for homecoming. It's fun to do a couple of these drives. It's like old times, riding a bike. I'm excited for it. But a big third down coming up here for the Fighting Scots on defense.
Mercyhurst has the ball on their own 47-yard line, third down, 7.
4 receivers set, 2 on each side. Back to the right of Altavia. In motion. Takes the snap. Looking downfield, evades one. He has room to run. He's going to throw this back, but behind the receiver, hits the deck. And it'll be 4th down. Good stand here for the Fighting Scots.
It definitely needed this out for the Fighting Scots. I mean, this was a good statement for their defense. Defense definitely went in, made some adjustments here at halftime. Completely different defensive team looking wise coming out. Now for the kick, or for the punt rather.
Now that was the right play. You got the quarterback to roll out and just kind of play backyard football and try to get the open receiver. Just a bad throw behind Brad Novak, the intended one. Here's the punt. Edinboro got close. It's up in the air. Gregory's going to let that go above his head. Gets the Mercyhurst bounce. What a punt. But they knock it into the end zone. They might have touched it before.
Are they trying to... I guess the refs are going to discuss it. Are they going to call it down at the line?
No. It was touched. Now, if it's touched, they touched it at the 3. But that hit back into the end zone. So interested to see where they're going to spot this ball. 7:08 to go here in this third quarter. 21-17, the Fighting Scots holding on to the slim lead, and they will, in fact, move this ball out.
The refs finally come to a decision. Move it out.
Touchback's the right call.
Yeah.
And that's a killer for this Lakers defense. Look, the special teams had it pinned down inside the 3 and just got slippery fingers. Went full Leon Lett, and that one goes into the end zone. So more room for Tomko and company to work. 4 receivers set, 2 split on each side. Fletcher standing next to Tomko in the gun, takes the snap. Here's the give. Patient run, gets through the first line of defense and down past the 25-yard line, down at the 27.
Good for a gain of about 6.
So 2nd down and 4. Good first down run. Same set, except Fletcher's on the other side of Tomko, on his left. Tomko takes the snap. Here comes the rush. Good pickup, but they're going to get to him and bring him down way back at the 10-yard line, but they're going to mark forward progression, or more backward progression, but at about the...
Call it the 12-yard line? Or no, I'm sorry, the 17-yard line?
17-yard line, so it'll be 3rd and a mile.
Actually, yep, they're going to place it on the 17, so it's 3rd down, 13 to go for your Edinboro Fighting Scots.
2 receivers each side. Gregory in the far slot. Takes the snap. Here's the give to Fletcher, but that one read. And maybe got back to the original line of scrimmage, but nothing more. So another 4th down, and again, the Fighting Scots will be forced to punt this ball away to the Lakers.
See, now earlier in the first half, I believed it was going to be whoever held the ball last, was going to win the game. But now we're going to turn this into like a defensive battle? I mean, what is this game? Is this bipolar? I mean, is this switcheroo day?
Defenses have, the last couple drives, have held their own and short drives for both teams. Kushman to punt the ball away. There's the snap. He will get this one off, but barely. It's a high punt caught right at midfield. And so half the field to go for the Lakers, as right now we've been playing field position. We will take a 30-second break. Don't go anywhere. This is Edinboro football on the Edinboro Sports Network.
So you don't have to miss even a minute. It's the Fighting Scots in action on the Edinboro Sports Network. On the radio at 88.9 WFSC and online at edinboronow.com. Video of many home games is also featured on ETV. This game broadcast is underwritten in part by Bonnell's Auto Group, featuring collision services and auto sales in Erie and Fairview and auto glass replacement and repair along with full rod shop services and restoration in Fairview. Information on each service can be found on the web at bonnellsauto.com.
Welcome back right into the action. Quick pass here. This one up and off the hands of Novak and incomplete on first down from midfield for the Lakers.
I mean, you got to take that shot if you're Mercyhurst. First down, you're already dang near in Edinboro territory at that, so why not go ahead and take the first down? So now that brings up second down, 10 to go, 5 minutes left to go here in the third quarter. Edinboro still leading 21 to Mercyhurst's 17.
That was a catchable ball just off the fingertips. I formation, two receivers near side, takes the snap. This one on the ground, ball is on the ground, scooped up by the Fighting Scots, and they have great field position. They didn't get the handoff set. There is an injured Fighting Scot down, but they didn't get the handoff cleanly. It was a bad snap, which led to the bad handoff, and a great defensive line for Edinboro.
That was John Gervin getting in there and splitting it up. He's also the one that's down right now, but it's Ethan Upperco who scoops up the ball and brambles down to about the 30-yard line.
Maybe a little bit past the 30-yard line, too.
Yeah, Gerv now on the field getting attended by the trainers.
Now that play, again, going back to that last play, almost a fumbled snap, didn't get it off in time, and it's all about timing, especially coming out of the I formation, the snap to the handoff. It's got to be timed perfectly, or that's going to happen.
Okay, Gervin now being taken off the field. He's going right to the locker room.
He's holding his arm there. Now that's a big loss for the Fighting Scots defensive line. He's been the energy, almost the heart and soul of that defensive line.
He's been that spiritual leader, if you will, of that defensive line, getting them all straight.
So the Edinboro offense sets up in golden territory at the 28-yard line. 4 receiver set, 2 near side, 2 far side. Gregory in the far side slot. Fletcher standing next to Tomko, takes the snap. Here's the give. Jumps over, breaks the tackle, trying to get to the outside, but no cigar there.
Good for a gain of about 4 on the play.
Just keep running the ball, keep going up the middle with Fletcher. He's got that bowling ball type ability to just be able to plow, and he's got some shiftiness that we didn't see last year that he's really developed. Here, Tomko takes the snap. It was the same formation. Pump fake. He's going to step up and try to run. Breaks one tackle, trying to get to the outside, trying to step back, but he's going to be dragged down and maybe at the line of scrimmage.
No loss on the play. That'll bring up third down and 6, a manageable 6, as one of the Mercyhurst linemen loses his lid on that one.
You got to take advantage of the great field position that you got on the turnover.
But going back to Fletcher's shiftiness, if you've seen followed his Twitter account on the off season, that was one of his big things, was working on his footwork.
2 receiver near, 2 far. It's Clark and Gregory on that far side. Near side is Williams and Reddick. Takes the snap, fakes the give, and Tomko going to try to plow his way forward. Got close to the line, but maybe just a yard short. Not even a yard. I'd go for it if you're the Fighting Scots here.
I mean, you're at home. It's homecoming. You're only up by 4.
You are up, but this might be right out of field goal range. Bring in the heavy set. They bring in...
Well, Kushma was hitting them from the 40-yard line. I mean, you're within Kushma range.
Of course, Ryan Stratton was named to the 2017 All-State AFCA Good Works team. He's a good dude. Takes the snap. Tomko trying to go up the middle. He's going to get that first down. Just kind of turned into a dart and pinwheeled through the hole.
And then some. I mean, Tomko's a big kid. Tomko's what, about 6'4", 6'5"? He goes. And all of like I want to say 210, 220 maybe, minus a chicken dinner or two.
He looks like your prototypical.
Yeah, he's that
quarterback. Dude. One receiver near side, that's Reddick. Two far side, Gregory is in the slot, and Clark out wide on that far side. High snap, gives it off to Fletcher, waiting patiently, trying to cut through, breaks the tackle. Tomko out there trying to throw a block. A good gain on first down. How about your quarterback going out there trying to block for the running back?
Hey, sometimes you got to do whatever it takes. I mean, I like that attitude from my quarterback. You're not too much of a prima donna to not to go out there and throw a block to try to get your running back some extra yards.
Coaches get anxiety whenever the quarterback goes out.
Coach will get over it when we win this game, I can tell you that. 2 minutes left to go here in the third. Your score 21 for Edinboro, 17
takes
for
the snap. It was a bad snap. Fires this one out. He just had to get rid of this. That was a weird play that developed. Slow snap and tried to get it, unless I saw a flag, which I don't believe I did.
I don't, but I mean, number 20 was like a cat hair away from having taunting called on him as he kind of leveled Tomko there. Then had some extra words to say to him, which to you, number 20, all I have to say is scoreboard, son.
A minute 54 left in this third quarter. Third down and 4 from the 10-yard line. Tomko in the gun. Too far, one near, takes the snap. Here's the give to Fletcher. Gets around the edge, trying to dart in and gets close to the line, maybe down just shy. Great run for number 5 and showing off that shiftiness, getting through, dodging tacklers, and getting so close to putting up 6.
Wait, do you hear disco music? I don't hear disco music, and
They're
I don't
going
see
quick. Here's the give, spins, and that's a touchdown. Fighting Scots. There goes the cannon.
Flag on the play.
There is a flag.
And it's going to get chippy. It's going to get chippy. They're backing off. I believe that's...
But as it stands, Walter Fletcher from a yard out.
It's one of the Mercyhurst guys decided to get into the face of Trey Staunch, and Trey just wasn't having any of it. Who said, "No, sir, I don't like that particular tone of voice." And they had a discussion about it.
That's on Edinboro.
They're going to back it up.
So points off the board. Still 21-17. That's a big one, too. Personal foul pushes them way back. They were at the 1-yard line. Now they have to start at the 16. That is a drive-killing penalty. First and goal from the 16.
1:38 left to go here in the third quarter.
Tomko in the gun, too far, too near. Fletcher to his right. They'll check with the side. They get reset. Mercyhurst looks like they're going to send some, and now they back off. Takes the snap. Rolling out to his right. Quick fire, but this one just a little too far above. Threw off his back foot, which just a smidgen out of the reach of James Clark.
I mean, Clark has some hops, but he just didn't have that much hops. So 1:33 left to go here in the third. Edinboro still up 21 to Mercyhurst 17.
We have a whistle. Now, I don't know if a helmet came off, but a forced substitution by the referees. It's number 11 for Mercyhurst. That's Alex Zerantz, who had to go out. Fighting Scots, 4 receivers, 2 on each. And Fletcher will wander to the left side of Tomko. Second and goal from the 16-yard line. Had to reset after the penalty. Takes the snap. There's the give to Fletcher. Patient running, gets around the outside to the 10 and driving forward out at the 9-yard line. Good run on second down. Gets you back inside the 10-yard line, and just a patient run. Waited for the hole to develop and shot through it.
Yeah, he has good fundamentals. He actually, when he runs, he protects the ball so well. But just putting it away.
Big third down here for the Fighting Scots. Third down from about the 10-yard line, third and goal. Takes the snap. Tomko back. He's going to step up, has to get out of pressure, does. No one is open. He's going to take off himself past the line, getting close to the end line, but down at the 1. So now an interesting call coming up here for the Fighting Scots.
I mean, you got to go. You got to go. There's just no other way. You got to go.
As the clock is ticking down, it's a live clock, 4th down, and they're going to say about 2. You have Walter Fletcher, and you've done those plays with Tomko in the first half of this game that both have worked. Read option might be your play to go here. But a big play for this game coming down here towards the end of the 3rd quarter. 4th down, and they are going to say 1.
Now they're going to take the timeout.
And a timeout. All right, Tubby, what's the play you're drawing up if you're coach?
Walter Fletcher, straight up the gut. Stop me if you can. You haven't all day. Make me. Say I won't. That's what I'm doing. In fact, you know what? I'm walking from my sideline. I'm coming with the clipboard, and I'm showing the other coach, this is what I'm going to do. Stop me. I dare you. I double dog dare you.
Fair enough. When we come back, 19 seconds will be on the clock left in this 3rd quarter. Yeah, look, he's been dominant all game. He's averaging 6+ yards per rush, but they've been keen to get on him in those short yardage situations. So I'd go read option here. If I'm coach and I'm calling this game, I go read option. Tomko has scored twice on it. If they bite down hard on Fletcher like we expect, Tomko could be open.
The quick dump out to the out to the side. Yeah.
I mean, watching this team always.
Yep. Gabe's calling for the quick dump and the corner run. That's what Gabe's calling. I'm saying they give it to the big man Fletcher.
So Edinboro saunters back out. It looks like a wildcat formation might be coming here. Tomko moving to the far slot. Hey, a read option with these two guys might be a smart option too.
This play hasn't worked all day.
So Gregory and Fletcher are back. Tomko in the far slot, 2 receivers. Gregory takes the snap. There's the give. Waited as long as he could. Fletcher to the corner. He is in. We're waiting for the signal. There it is. That's a touchdown. Fighting Scots, Walter Fletcher. That's how you run the read option. Wait to the very last moment to let go of that ball.
I thought they were going to carry it in together. Like, all whole hands, kumbaya stuff. But, geez, well, whatever works.
Hey, if it puts 6 points on the board, it'll work. 27-17 with a field goal coming up here
extra point.
For the extra point.
Yeah, I feel like
well,
it's hot. Your brain's getting fried. 11 seconds left to go.
It's been a year, guys.
All right.
Frischmidt a kick to tack on one more. Kick is up, and the kick is good with 11 seconds left in this 3rd quarter, and the Fighting Scots leading the score 28-17. Thank you guys so much for bringing me back here for this in this lovely crowded booth up here. It's been fun. I'll stick around, but thanks. We're going to take a quick 1-minute break, and you'll have your usual guys back on the headsets. This is Edinboro football on the Edinboro Sports Network.
What motivated me to join AmeriCorps Vista was really just being able to give back to the community which I represent.
People all over the country join AmeriCorps Vista to help communities overcome poverty.
It allows me to explore a lot of different things, and I don't think that I'd be able to do that with a regular job.
Learn how you can build your community and your career at AmeriCorps.gov/Vista.
The Edinboro Sports Network is your source for live coverage of Fighting Scots athletics. Enjoy all of the action on 88.9 WFSE and EdinboroNow.com, with many home games also featured on ETV. Support for this game broadcast is provided in part by John's Wildwood Pizzeria, open daily at 105 Erie Street in Edinboro for eat-in, delivery, or take-out. John's menu includes pizza, hoagies, wings, salads, and more. Information is at 814-734-7355 or on the web at johnswildwoodpizza.com.
And we're back here at Sox Harrison Stadium for homecoming. Your Edinboro Fighting Scots 28, the visiting Mercyhurst Lakers 17. 4 seconds left to go here in the third quarter. Mercyhurst with the ball after the kickoff from Edinboro. Mercyhurst was able to bring it out to about the 35-yard line where they set up shop here for the 1st and 10.
And I'm back alongside you, Tubby.
Yeah, and I got Gabe with me now. So I'm on the play-by-play. Gabe's on the color. Ultima with the height gives it to the running back up for a gain of about, call it 6 yards.
And Tubby, when was the last time we've had a close Edinboro game that went back and forth? Was it Westchester last year? It hasn't been blowouts by either side. We have not seen a close Edinboro game. So this is kind of foreign territory for us, and I'm liking it so far.
I'm digging it. I like McDonald's. I'm loving it. I'm just saying. Also, McDonald's, we're open for sponsorship. If you'd like to sponsor the show or any part of this,
You are
give us a call.
quite the sellout, Tubby, but there is an injured player down on the field. It looks like it might be an Edinboro player. Trainers are out on the field tending to him, but we will get word on that as soon as we're able to. But
that also brings about the end of the third quarter. So now we're in the fourth quarter. They'll switch sides. Mercyhurst will be driving from a right to left on your radio dial, as the Edinboro Fighting Scots will be driving left to right.
And so with the quarter break and an injured Fighting Scot down, we will take a 1-minute break. Don't go anywhere. You are listening to the Edinboro Sports Network.
Put a spark in your lunch break with DJ Wick and the Midday Cafe, serving up a smorgasbord of tantalizing tidbits, cultural distractions, and all the yik-yak smack. Start and end your work week with a side dish of the absurd. Make reservations Mondays and Fridays from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Personalize the menu with special requests and potluck posers. On 88.9 WFSE, live stream at edinboronow.com.
The Edinboro Sports Network is your source for live coverage of Fighting Scots athletics. Enjoy all of the action on 88.9 WFSE and EdinboroNow.com, with many home games also featured on ETV. Support for this game broadcast is provided in part by Bonnell's Auto Group, featuring collision services in Erie and Fairview, auto glass replacement and repair in Fairview, auto sales in Erie and Fairview, and full rod shop services and restoration in Fairview. Information on each service is on the web at bonnellsauto.com.
Live Fighting Scots Sports from the Edinboro Sports Network on 88.9 WFSE, Edinboro.
All right, welcome back to Sox Harrison Stadium, and the first play in the fourth quarter was sniffed out the entire way by Derek Dorr, busting it up.
Big man right up the middle, tackle for about a 3-yard loss, 2-yard loss. He's going to bring up 3rd and 8. Derek Dorr, the big man up front we talked about needing a big game, came up pretty big there.
Yep, came up huge. I mean, I think it works. I call people out, they step up. So I'm calling it the Tubby pressure.
The Tubby pressure, I like that.
Tubby pressure. So now, Ultima now in a shotgun, 2 receivers near side, 2 far side, running back in at his left hip, looking past the entire way, under pressure, steps out of the pocket, throws over the middle. A good caught and brought out to about the 47-yard line of Edinboro.
That was just a good athletic play all around for Mercyhurst. You had the quarterback, Altavilla stepping up in the pocket, escaping the pressure, and then just dumping something off. All around, just a good play by Mercyhurst, was able to get the first down and then some, and so it's going to be 1st and 10 at Edinboro's 48-yard line. But there is a Fighting Scot down on the field once again. We're hoping just cramps.
I'm hoping heat and cramps. But this defense has to step up again and get this Mercyhurst offense stopped.
Well, we've seen a couple of turnovers now for this Edinboro defense. Last one picked up by Ethan Upperco on the John Gervin strip, and so now I'm sorry. It's a lot of the fans are very, very packed today, and then the Mercyhurst side has been getting into the game quite a bit. A few fans, and so
it's a short trip down from. I mean, it's not. It's just a little bit on down, so it's not too bad. I'd like to say, you know what? I'd like to comment and say, I don't appreciate, but you guys haven't seen me fan as hard, but I'm this guy. Like at every high school football game, I'm this guy.
Tubby, I could see that at your child's junior high games.
Yeah,
I could see you screaming. So.
Well, I do a lot, and it's funny because the kids actually mention it because they can hear me on the field.
Mm-hmm. It is currently Ryan Stratton down on the field.
No, that's
excuse me, that's number 14. We got
David
false
Blue.
information by Mr. Drew Patrick, who you just heard on the call just a minute ago. So it is not Ryan Stratton. It was David Ballou, who is now up and walking off on his own
No, I'm
feet.
sorry. 14 is Aaron Rodgers.
Aaron Rodgers.
I got it wrong. We're getting it wrong all over the place. Good Lord Almighty. All right.
That is number 14, Aaron Rodgers. I'm so sorry.
Okay, broadcast team, we need to focus up here, and let's go. We got 13 minutes and 50 seconds left to go in the game. Mercyhurst has the ball at the Edinboro 48-yard line, 1st and 10. Altavilla under center with a fullback and running back. One receiver here near side. Calls the play to give it to the running back straight up the gut. And he's out to about the 39-yard line of Edinboro. Edinboro has yet to stop that up-the-gut run.
Mm-hmm. I mean, we saw it last week, and we're seeing it again. It's just they're struggling with the run. I mean, teams are able to drive all the way down the field, and luckily Edinboro has been bending, not breaking, like we say over and over again, and only giving up 17 points so far.
Altavilla under center, fullback, running back, directly behind. One receiver here near side, Novak. Changing to play the line. Calls for the ball. Give is to the running back who busted out to the right side but is met by Edinboro for a gain of about, he made the first down.
Get about 3, first down, and just a couple more. I mean, he only needed 1 on the play, so it brings it out to Edinboro's 36-yard line.
1st and 10, Mercyhurst driving here, knocking on the door of the red zone. Edinboro needs to step up and get a stop here. Altavilla now under center, has 2 receivers here near side, fullback behind him, running back behind the fullback. Snaps the ball, fakes to give to the running back, rolls out to his left, looking, uppercut chasing, throws though and makes a gain of about, 3 yards.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's almost, as commented here from up in the booth, the Mercyhurst quarterback, Altavilla, is getting off dancing on the edge of the line of that line of scrimmage.
One more step, and it would have been a forward pass, but Altavilla also had a lot of room up front. He could have taken it himself for a while, but able to just drop it off, get a 5-yard gain, make it 2nd and 5 on Edinboro's 30-yard line with 11 minutes and 35 seconds to go.
Altavilla now up under center, has 1 receiver here near side, 1 far side, fullback, running back directly behind. Calls timeout, doesn't like what he sees, has to go back to the sideline and change it.
Tubby.
Okay, go ahead.
No, whatever you want to do.
No, go ahead.
I was just going to say 11:27 to go in the game. I mean, what are you feeling about your defense here? I mean, you definitely don't want to give up the whole piece of the pie. You don't want to give up the 6 points, but I mean, limiting to 3 points is just huge here. It keeps that a 8-point game, and then your offense coming back onto the field. Who are you looking to step up here? Is it the linebackers? Is it the cornerbacks? Is Aaron Rodgers back onto the field? Is it the line? What are you looking at?
It's got to be the linebackers in the line. They got to maintain some type of gap discipline. They got to blow up and stop this running game. They've been getting torched by it all game along, and they need to finally make a stop here and shut it down. I mean, throwing wise, again, it's been stuff over the middle. Again, that's in where your linebackers usually slack back and cover. So I know I'm asking a lot out of this young linebacker core, but somebody's got to step up, man up, and make a play here. As Mercyhurst is done talking it over, brings the offense out on the field. Altavilla now under center with 2 receivers far side with a fullback and running back directly behind. Rolls out directly to his right, under pressure, throws to the running back, dumps it off, but Edinboro has that one sniffed out for maybe a gain of a yard on that one.
Yeah, if even. I mean, Edinboro was there all around. Bringing the pressure to the quarterback was Ethan Upperco and a handful of other Edinboro defenders. And immediately after the dump-off pass, met hard by that far cornerback. I believe that is number 21 out there, Zuriel Hendricks.
Yeah. So that brings up now 3rd down, 4 to go on the Edinboro 30. Mercyhurst trying to piece the drive together here. One receiver near side, send the other one in motion, bringing them down to us with the fullback and running back. Give us a running back up the middle, and they get him stuffed for a huge 3rd down stoppage here by Edinboro. No change. So that'll bring up 4th down and 4 to go. Ball on the 31.
And that right there is Edinboro saying, you know what, we're going to let you drive down the field as much as you want to, but as soon as you get down to our territory, we're going to stand up and we're going to say no more. But it is 4-down territory, especially with 10 minutes and 12 seconds to go in the game, down 28-17. Mercyhurst is going to be going for it.
Hurst is going for it here with one receiver far side, one near side with the fullback and running back directly behind. Fake the running back, throwing the screen over across the middle to Novak, who gets the 1st down and some more, about 6 more. So that'll be a Mercyhurst 1st down on the Edinboro 16-yard line. And another Edinboro defenseman is down on the field. We'll go ahead and step away for about 30 seconds here on the Edinboro Fighting Scots Sports Network.
I'm Rita Moreno. Of all the roles I've played, none compared to being my late husband's leading lady. But after Leonard died, I had to figure out complex financial issues like our insurance coverage. I'd been so busy, we never talked about it. The National Association of Insurance Commissioners has resources to guide families through these tough conversations. For unbiased insurance and retirement information, go to insureyouonline.org. That's insure, the letter U, online.org.
All right, and we're back here at Sox Harrison Stadium. Your Edinboro Fighting Scots leading 28-17 over the Mercyhurst Lakers. 9:49 left to go in the 4th quarter, but Mercyhurst threatening to strike here as they're on the 17-yard line with a fresh set of downs. So 1st down, 10 to go. Altavilla under center in the eye. Toss is to the running back, trying to run around the left side and gains about 3 yards on the play.
Clock is still running. Clock is your friend right now if you're Edinboro. Up 2 scores.
Made it down to about the 13-yard line. Brings up a 2nd down and 6 to go here for Mercyhurst. Again, you got to call upon your defense to step up and come up huge here to get a stoppage. Again in the eyes, Altavilla. Fakes the give, looking to throw over to his running back, but Sims is there and brings him down immediately as he catches the ball. Just shy of the 1st down marker, maybe gained about 3 yards on it. Should be 3rd down and 2 to go.
That was a great play by Maurice Sims. Let the underneath pass happen, give him about 2 yards, but then be there for the tackle, break down, execute, hit him low, and Maurice Sims, the solo tackle there. All around a good play by the cornerback.
Altavilla again in the eye with one receiver here near side. The give is to the running back. He's met immediately by Big Door. Door lays the hammer on him, tackles him to the loss.
Oh, Derek
as Jared would say, Door shuts the door on the running back.
He came in and he put a little bit of showboating after that. He came up pointing and was ready to go. Derek Door getting into the backfield almost instantly. That was a huge, huge play by the defensive line.
Well, if nothing else spectacular happens, Door's going to get my Man Up award of the game. Standing up tall in the land of giants here as they have Mercyhurst has the ball here on the 12-yard line. 4th down, 5 yards to make. Again, they fake the give. Quarterback under pressure, rolling, looks to throw. Nothing doing as he was double covered. And the ball changes hands on downs. Edinboro's ball on the 12-yard line.
Whew. That's the bend, don't break defense Coach Neely has been preaching about. Let him all the way down to the 12-yard line. Derek Dorr comes up huge, and then coming up even bigger is the cornerbacks and the safeties coming up big and not letting anybody open down the field. Turnover on downs. Edinboro will take over at their own 12-yard line with 7 minutes and 23 seconds to go. Edinboro leads 28-17 against the Mercyhurst Lakers on homecoming.
So now the offense comes out to the field here. Tomko leading them out in the shotgun. Has two receivers here near side, one far side. Fletcher in at his left hip. Sends to Nas in motion. The give is to Fletcher up the middle. Dances through and slips up under his own feet for a gain of about, I want to say, 4 or 5 yards.
We might need to check out Walter Fletcher's cleats.
Yep.
I mean, he's slipped up a few times, and he's been slipping up a little bit. Maybe get him some new cleats out there.
Yep. Same setup. Two receivers here near side, one far side. Fletcher in at Tomko's left hip in the shotgun. Oh, my. Okay, so they have a false start here. And that'll be on, I believe that's on Trey Staunch. And that'll back up the Fighting Scots from a manageable 2 and 6 to now a 2nd down and 2nd and 11 on their own 11-yard line. Again, same setup. Two receivers near side, one far side. Tomko in the shotgun. Tomko's going to call his own number and runs it straight up the middle for a gain of about 4 or 5. .6:32 left to go here in the game. It brings up now a 3rd down and 6. Edinboro still leading 28-17, 6:19 left to go in the game. Two receivers here on near side. Mercyhurst was showing blitz. One receiver far side. Walter Fletcher in at Tomko's left hip in the shotgun. Calls for the ball, looks to throw, throws over, and just into the dirt right in front of, that's Reddick, number 6.
Blake Reddick. And so it's going to be a 3 and out for Edinboro. Killed a little bit of time. 6 minutes to go in the game. They lead 28-17, but Mercyhurst will get the ball back after this Mike Kushma's punt.
Yeah, Kushma needs to get this one way deeper than, he needs to put all the leg that he can into this one. And, of course, Mercyhurst has been bringing the house on every single punt. So, of course, with Kushma right in the shadow of his own end zone, they're going to bring the house again. But he gets the punt away out across the 50 to the 45-yard line. Novak takes his punt, and he's brought down on the 45-yard line by number 25. That's Billy DePaul, the strong safety. And there's also a flag on the play. I believe this is going to be a block in the back, possibly against Mercyhurst, if there's a God in heaven. And it is against the receiving team, so they're going to go ahead and step off some yardage. So they're not going to get to start at the 45-yard line.
And so that is a kind of a break for Edinboro. What would have been great starting field position now is turning into good starting field position for Mercyhurst. They will take over at their own 36-yard line with 5 minutes and 48 seconds to go. They are down 9 points. So they're going to need 2 scores if they want to get back into this game.
Yeah, they're not going to. There's definitely going to be a 2-possession game for them. They're not going to be able to do it. The clock is not on their side as it's ticking. It's at 5 minutes 48 left to go here in the game, starting on their own 36-yard line. Altavilla in the shotgun, throws over the middle to Novak, where he's greeted by, that'll be number 38, Ryan Bischoff. the outside linebacker. Quickly to the line is Mercyhurst. Altavilla in the shotgun. 2 receivers near side, 2 far side. Looking to throw the entire way over to Novak again, but it's too high. Novak tips it away. I don't know. If I'm Novak, I wouldn't even try. Like, if I know I can't catch it, I'm not even reaching up to try to tip it.
Well, yeah, that got tipped up into the air, and if it would have just been 1 yard into the inside, it would have been intercepted by Maurice Sims, but just goes a little bit outside. But you're absolutely right. Don't bat it up in the air, bat it down.
Just crazy. So again in the shotgun hurry-up offense now for Mercyhurst. 2 receivers here, a near side. I believe that 1 receiver's offsides. And then 2 receivers a far side. I guess not. Looks to throw across the middle. It is caught, but he's greeted immediately by Sims. Sims is just holding on to him. Trying to run his feet, but nothing doing for the receiver. He's greeted. They're going to call it, with the progression, they're going to call it a first down at the 45-yard line. It was just kind of funny because the receiver was just running his feet like Scooby-Doo on slippery kitchen tile. Anyway, again in the shotgun, looks to throw across the middle. Again, high ball for Novak, tipped. There was several Edinboro defenders in the area, but they couldn't come up with it.
Yeah, Brandon Anderson came up with a big hit, but the ball just a little bit over the receiver's hands. If he would have just stayed where he was, that probably would have been picked off, but unfortunately Anderson was coming up playing the ball, and so it's going to be 2nd and 10 now at Mercyhurst's own 46-yard line. 4 minutes and 57 seconds to go in the game. Edinboro leads 28-17.
Altavilla still in the shotgun. 2 receivers here near side, looking to throw the entire way. Throws back across the middle to his big tight end, who's brought down and greeted by, guess who? Mr. Anderson, with a little bit of help of Cyril Hendrick.
I love watching Brandon Anderson play so much.
Dude is just everywhere.
He does not give any plays a rest. He is constantly going at 100%. That's the reason why he leads the team in tackles.
Again, Mercyhurst in a hurry up. They're in the shotgun. Altavilla snaps, looking to throw left. Throws left to his big tight end, and he's greeted. That's 27. DeAndre Dowell, the cornerback.
Yeah, he came up, made the solo tackle himself on the tight end, was able to knock him out of bounds. Going to bring up 4th and 5 on Edinboro's 49-yard line. This could be the game for Mercyhurst with 4 minutes to play.
Snap, rolling to his right, looking to throw right, throws right, and caught. Good enough for a first down right at the 41-yard line. So a new fresh set of downs for Mercyhurst. 3:52 left to go in the game. Edinboro still leads this one 28-17. And another injured Edinboro player down on the field. We'll go ahead and step away here for 30 seconds on the Edinboro Fighting Scots Sports Network.
So you don't have to miss even a minute. It's the Fighting Scots in action on the Edinboro Sports Network. On the radio at 88.9 WFSC and online at edinboronow.com. Video of many home games is also featured on ETV. This game broadcast is underwritten in part by the Edinboro Hotel Bar at 100 Meadville Street in downtown Edinboro, providing a variety of lunch and dinner items every day. Details are available at 814-734-5103 or online at edinborohotelbar.com. The Edinboro Hotel Bar, where you had me at hotel.
Welcome on back to Sox Harrison Stadium. Edinboro Fighting Scots versus the Mercyhurst Lakers on homecoming. And that was so close to an interception there. As we were coming back, the play was already happening. Altavilla was in the shotgun, looking to his right, throws right, but Mr. Anderson was there and almost picked it off had he got his head around a little bit quicker. Mercyhurst now on the Edinboro 41-yard line. 2nd down, 10 to go, 3:30 left to go in the game. Altavilla still in the shotgun. 2 receivers near side, 2 far side. Running back in at his left hip. Looks to throw over the middle. Has a completion and is tackled, but makes it to the first down marker. If you're Edinboro, you got to step up here and you got to make a play. You got to shut these guys down at some point. You can't allow them to score. It's a two-possession game. They're going to be in a hurry-up the entire time. As they hurry back up to the line, same setup. Looks right, looks back over the middle, and it's caught, but he drops it. So they're going to call an incomplete pass. .3:11 left to go here in the game. Second down, 10 yards to go still. Your score, 28 for Edinboro, 17 for the Mercyhurst Lakers. Mercyhurst taking a little bit of time here to get the play in. The ball's on the Edinboro 28. So Mercyhurst trying to put a drive here together. This is a two-possession game. They need to score twice. Altavilla in the shotgun. Three receivers here near side, one far side, running back in it at his right hip. Looking to throw the entire way. Looks left, decides to run it. Has some room. Darting for the first down marker. Has some more. Gets down to about the 10-yard line. Good enough for a first down. Mercyhurst is absolutely driving.
Now, if you're Mercyhurst, what do you do? Do you go for the end zone, or do you maybe just try to go for the end zone? Maybe if it's incomplete, do you kick the field goal and go for the onside?
You got four shots here. You got to take at least 2 shots at the end zone.
I don't know.
I would go for the end zone. Go for it. Throw it to the tight end who's greeted. Tackled down about the 2-yard line. Look for Mercyhurst to run this ball straight up the gut like they've done all day. He's looking to throw it, though. Throws for the back corner. Has Novak, who manages the catch, an aerobatic catch. Mercyhurst scores.
What a catch by Novak. One hand on it, pulls it back in. Ball is a little high, and so it was a touchdown. 2 minutes and 32 seconds to go. The score is now 28-23 in favor of Edinboro with the extra point coming. But what I was saying is, you throw it to the end zone, you don't get it. Kick the extra point because then it makes it a one-possession score no matter what. And then you try to work it down the field on the extra point. On the onside kick. But then if you don't get the onside kick, you also have 3 minutes to go, and you can force a 3-and-out and get the ball back. It goes either way, but Mercyhurst, that's probably the best-case scenario for him right there, getting the quick touchdown. So 23-28 now. A timeout on the field.
For the extra point? Oh, they're going to go for a 2-point conversion.
They're going to go for the 2-point conversion to try to make it a 3-point game to make it 25-28.
That
makes sense to me.
Yeah, that's a smart play. I'd do that. But again, look, you're only from the what? You're starting at the third 3-yard line. You're starting at the 3-yard line for the 2-point attempt.
I thought you said 33-yard line.
No.
But yeah,
I would just shoot. Dance with the one that's brung you. Give it to your running back straight up the gut again.
Yeah.
It's worked. We haven't stopped it all day. I don't see it changing anytime soon.
They've been passing the ball a little bit, though, so I still would not be surprised if they pass it right over the middle or towards the outside. But I agree with you, Tubby. Play it simple. Just run up the middle, get your 2 points, and then get to the onside kick.
Well, if there's ever a time for man-up time, it's right now. So if you got, one play in you, this is the time to bring it out if you're Edinboro.
Derek Dorr needs to get some pressure up front, get into the backfield, and cause some havoc. And it's going to be an empty backfield, Tubby.
Empty set as they stack up. 3 receivers here. This is probably going to be a screen. Look for that far receiver to cut in as he does in motion. Looks to block, has a man open, throws across the middle, but they're going to call it a touchdown.
He caught it, then he dropped it, and they're going to call it a catch. I don't agree with that at all. He had it for maybe a second, and he just kind of threw it away. If you're Edinboro, if you're Coach Bradford, get out there and argue that. Refs are discussing it right now. Right now it's called the 2-point conversion is good, but yeah, and they're going to give it to him 28-25 with 2:32 to go, but I don't know about that one.
So
if it was the NFL, it would be called incomplete.
Yeah. Well, yeah, because we could go to the review. We don't have the review available here at the Division II level, which hopefully at some day that'll change. But what do I know? I'm just Tubby. 2 minutes, 32 seconds left to go here in the game with the kickoff coming. Now, you think it's squib kick here?
It has to be
onside all day, every day?
2 minutes and 32 seconds to go. I think they only have one timeout left. You have to go with the onside kick. If you had all 3 timeouts, I would say with how your defense has been playing, 3 and outs, and only letting Edinboro score off of turnovers, I would say let it ride out. But right now you need that onside kick.
Edinboro does have their hands crew on, playing this one a little bit up close. And Edinboro falls on it. Excellent field position here at the Mercyhurst. Call it the 47-yard line.
I like that they put Trey Staunch on that far side, and Trey Staunch is the one that came up with it.
Yeah, Trey Staunch is a former tight end. He was also a high school quarterback. So the guy's got some hands. He's got some skills.
So yeah.
He's just a little bit big now. So Edinboro will get the ball now on the Mercyhurst 47-yard line with 2:31 left to go in the game. They come out one receiver here near side, 2 far side. Tomko in the shotgun. Fletcher in at his left hip. Calls for the ball. Of course, the give is to Fletcher straight up the middle and dives for about a yard. Kind of lost his footing there a little bit. Now it's getting a little bit chippy. Come on, fellas. Let's just, play out the game. Clock's running here, about 2:15 left to go in the game. Edinboro still leads this one 28-25. Looking into the sideline is Tomko, waiting for the play.
Killing off some time. They can kill off about 12 more seconds.
Yep, calls everybody to the line. Has 2 receivers far side, 1 near side. The give is to Fletcher running around the right end. Can't really make it out to turn it up the field, so he's no loss on the play. Just some timing as the time continues to tick away. 3rd down and 9 for the Edinboro Fighting Scots.
With Tanaz Gregory going to the locker room right now. We're not sure what happened, but walking with the trainer. But like you said, 1 minute and 20 seconds to go. Edinboro 3rd and 10 now.
3 receivers now to the far side. Walter Fletcher in at Tomko's right hip in the shotgun. Draws a man off sides. That'll bring flag. That's a free play. Tomko's going to run it himself for no gain. They're going to stop the clock at 1:07 left to go here, but that penalty is definitely on Mercyhurst.
And so that's huge for Edinboro. Edinboro probably going to go with the pass there because Mercyhurst does have that last timeout, so they were able to stop the clock. But it's going to be 3rd and 5 now. Run the ball out, hope for the first down. If you don't get it, make Mercyhurst burn their last timeout and have about a minute to go to drive down the field and get 3 points. It's going to be a close one, Tubby.
Yeah, it's going to click under here.
Remember what we said earlier in the game. Hopefully we might have been wrong about it. Well, the last team to have the ball might win, but hopefully Edinboro doesn't give the ball back now.
3 receivers far side. Tomko in the shotgun with Walter Fletcher in at his left hip. Fake to give to Fletcher. Drives up the middle with Tomko. I believe he has enough for a first down.
I think they're going to signal him just short, but no, now they're going to give him the first down. They're not even going to measure, but now some pushing and shoving both sides. Mercyhurst saying that it's on Edinboro. Edinboro is saying it's on Mercyhurst. Neither side happy about it.
I believe they were just trying to clear out of the way, and somebody took a flop.
And now some we might need to get some security up here. There's some fans fighting in the stadium with Edinboro coaches. I'm not quite sure what's going on. It's turning into a madhouse here.
Just getting a little bit crazy. I guess it happens here at homecoming.
Ooh. And so it's going to be a penalty on, it seems.
As the refs are trying to figure this one out. Let's go ahead, and we'll just go ahead and step away now for 30 seconds.
It's not stay here, because I think they called the penalty now, and so now it's going to be a personal foul on Mercyhurst. And so that will give them the first down, and that will pretty much do it here. Edinboro can just kneel it out and get the win. You need to figure something out to get these players off the field, to get these fans out of the stadium, because it might start getting a little chippy now that the game is pretty much sealed. The last team to have it did win, though, Tubby, as we currently are. Edinboro with the ball with 36 seconds to go, 28-25. Edinboro leads, and now they are in
the victory formation, lining up to kneel it down. Tomko under center and waits, takes a knee.
And here comes the fighting, pushing and shoving from the Mercyhurst side. And now both sides, refs not coming in. They need to come in and make sure, hey. And then Coach Bradford has got to keep his players on the field. A couple of them looking like they want to come out, but.
And that's it. The clock will tick down the final 10 seconds. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Edinboro wins homecoming by a score of 28-25 over the visiting Mercyhurst Lakers. It did. It came down to the last team that held the ball, won the game. It was a good back and forth game, but again, still an incomplete game.
Tubby, how about we take a minute break to process all this?
Okay.
On your Edinboro Sports Network, we're going to take a 1-minute break.
You. Yes, you specifically, with probably a sweatshirt on or something. Turn up the radio. You want to hear this. 6 to 7 p.m. Wednesdays, Femme Radio with me, Sarah. All-girl music for a whole hour, part of Weird Wednesdays on WFSE. You want to listen. Maybe. If you're up for it, I guess. I won't make you. I don't know. Consent is sexy. So listen to Femme Radio on 88.9 WFSE, Fighting Scots Radio.
So you don't have to miss even a minute. It's the Fighting Scots in action on the Edinboro Sports Network. On the radio at 88.9 WFSC and online at edinboronow.com. Video of many home games is also featured on ETV. This game broadcast is underwritten in part by John's Wildwood Pizzeria, open every day at 105 Erie Street in downtown Edinboro. For eat-in, delivery, or take-out, John's menu includes pizza, hoagies, calzones, wings, salads, and more. Information is at 814-734-7355 or on the web at johnswildwoodpizza.com.
Alrighty, and we're back here at Sox Harrison Stadium, where if you've been living under a rock, your Edinboro Fighting Scots have won homecoming against the visiting Mercyhurst Lakers by a score of 28-25. Gabe, in a game that was back and forth and chippy. Still not a complete game from Edinboro, though.
Yeah, not a complete game for Edinboro, and I'm just flustered right now. I don't know what's going on. You have some fans fighting, you have some coaches fighting, you have some players fighting, but all around, just a good game for Edinboro on kinda. Let's bring it back a little bit.
Kinda.
You know, the defense looked bad in some spots, but they've been having the bend don't break atmosphere where they're allowing teams to drive on them, but they're not allowing teams to score on them. But the defense has some work they got to get done. The offensive side, Tomko came in and he was a game manager.
Mm-hmm.
Just all around. Tomko looked very, very good. Scored a couple touchdowns himself, a couple of great runs by himself, some great passes. All around, it was a decent day on the offensive side. Some things went wrong, some things went right, but it was about as what we were expecting. When you go out and you score 28 points and have a chance for 30 at the end on that drive, you can't be too mad at your offense. The defense, though, you can be upset about. So it still wasn't a complete game, still a couple of dumb penalties all around, but if you're Edinboro, you're happy to be leaving here. Homecoming on a win, 28-25. You got to be happy. 4-3 on the season. Next week's going to be a slugfest between Slippery Rock, the team that almost lost to this Mercyhurst team, only won by 3, just like Edinboro did. It's going to be a back and forth battle next week also, and I'm liking these. We don't see these a lot with Edinboro. Last year, The last close game we had was Westchester last year, week 3, and so now we're finally able to see this Edinboro team playing close with teams. It's fun to watch.
Yep, and this team is fun to watch. I enjoy coming here. I enjoy watching these games, and it's exciting just to see what they'll pull out next. So we'll have more on this game and the game coming up next week. You can hear us on the morning after, Tuesday through Friday from 9 a.m. till 10 a.m. right here on 88.9 WFSE. Shout out to our crew back in the booth, running things for us. I believe, is that Dakota?
Dakota ran the board for us, and we have the ETV people. You have a bunch of them. You have Christina, you have Malachi, you have Brandon. I'm not sure who all is back in the station. I'm sure there's people that I'm forgetting, but I'm sorry. I don't really know.
But thank you all, and have yourselves a great rest of homecoming. Tomorrow at 1 p.m., the ladies soccer will be in action right here at Sox Harrison. So come on out and support the ladies soccer as they take on Mansfield University. And that does it from us here at Sox Harrison Stadium. So until Tuesday, Borough, have yourselves a great rest